history at Hampden. Scotland are heading stateside, and Steve Clarke can hardly find the words.
This is the best feeling. I've waited a long time. I've spoken to you before about how much I want to go to a World Cup with my country. I had a chance as a player. It passed me by. I'm going to enjoy myself tonight and tomorrow night and the night after that.
A 28-year absence from the Men's World Cup finally comes to an end, and former Scotland midfielder John Collins believes no one deserves this more than Clarke.
It's been 4 years, 8, 12, 16, 24, 27. Here we are. At last, we can put it to bed. The Tartan Army are going to be there where they should be. They brighten up every tournament they go to.
Meanwhile, Danny Murphy says Scotland captain Andy Robertson could be Liverpool's best ever left-back.
Robertson's been amazing, really. He's back in the team now for Liverpool for a reason, because they know how reliable he is. And in terms of longevity, consistency, the things he's won, OK, he's not won as many as people back when Liverpool win every year, but he's still been part of a really successful era and made that position his own for years.
As Wales made the playoffs, Harry Wilson says the Cardiff Stadium will intimidate whoever they get. Elsewhere, Steve McLaren has stepped down as Jamaica head coach as they failed to reach the World Cup. Meanwhile, if being the leader of the free world isn't enough to impress your son, what can you do? Introduce him to Cristiano Ronaldo.
Darren got to meet him, and I think he respects his father a little bit more now, just the fact that I introduced you. So I just want to thank you both for being here. Thank you very much.
Ronaldo was at the White House for a dinner alongside Gianni Infantino and Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. And ahead of the first Ashes test, the Perth groundsman says this month's Metallica gig at the Optus Stadium has not stopped him producing a decent pitch.
Every year we say, the cracking's going to be there, it's going to be there. That's not going to change. The cracks will be present later in the game. What I've really knuckled down this preparation is ensuring that pace and bounce is spot on for day one to ensure that even battle.
England have gone with pace in their 12-man squad. Mark Wood and Jofra Archer are set to start a test together for the first time in 5 years. There's more on talkSPORT's Cricket YouTube channel.
This is Paul Hawksbee and Andy Jacobs with you through until 4 here on talkSPORT, where this afternoon we're coming to you live from Sixes Cricket in London for a special Ashes preview. So Andy, what's coming up?
Coming up over the next 3 hours, we'll be joined by a couple of England Ashes veterans in Darren, Gough and Steve Harmison. Of course, we're duty-bound to give the Australian perspective too, which is why comedian Felicity and resident cricket boffin Jarrod Kimber will also be here.
The Barmy Army's founding fathers will also join us before they jet off to Oz. Just two of the predicted 40,000 England fans will be heading down under for the series that gets underway on Friday.
And Drive's very own Darren Bent will also be popping in to talk football and try his hand in the nets along with the rest of us at our Sixes six-ball challenge. And talkSPORT's Sam Ellard, who was absolutely hopeless, will be out and about chatting to the punters here at Sixes and getting their Ashes predictions.
Absolutely right. 5 minutes past 1. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Andy. And despite that intro that wiped away the flower of Scotland and took over when men at work, we got to talk about Scotland to kick things off.
Yeah, tremendous. It was classic Scotland, except this time they won. when it went to 2-2, you thought, oh, this is going to be another funny Scotland night. But fair play to them. It was.
We were both
Brilliant.
having a sort of WhatsApp exchange with a mate of ours who's Scottish and a Scotland fan, and he was just feeling it all the way through. He was just waiting for it to go wrong, but for once it didn't, which was fantastic. I mean, I was surprised. I mean, it's very hard not to get invested in a game that's that good. So when Tierney scored that goal, I was up out the chair.
Yeah, me too.
I've got no skin in the game, but I think it's great. I mean, the Tartan Army, we know Ali Ross very well, who's a Tartan Army regular, and the tournament would be better for them being there, actually.
Yeah,
so that makes a huge difference.
I only hope we don't play them in the World Cup unless it's the final.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Because you know what they're
it's
like,
generally
Scotland.
0-0.
They absolutely stink the whole tournament out, but they'll play against us. They'll play like they're playing like it's Brazil 1970. You know,
you give one hand, congratulations,
well,
Scotland.
you know what they're like.
You stink the tournament. Now.
Well, you know, it's
anyway,
quite a possibility.
Delighted to have them there. Well done to Wales as well. Big result for them, so they get a better playoff. Hopefully, playoff draw tomorrow. We'll be right across that on talkSPORT for you. But yeah, fantastic. If we can get a couple more home nations, Republic are still in the mix. Northern Ireland's still in the mix.
I'm glad the international breaks are out. I've had enough of it. It's been a good one. There's been some amazing moments.
Yeah,
but you know, now we get a nice run at the real thing.
Well, we're here. Our focus predominantly today will be cricket. Yes. Because the Ashes gets underway early hours of Friday morning, and so we're bringing you a special show today from Sixes. Now, if you've never been down to a Sixes before, they're a great idea. They're just a little sort of social night out with pals or your partner or whatever. You can come along, have something to eat, have a couple of drinks, and have a net. You go into the nets, and they have bowlers of varying quality and varying pace. Come at you, don't they, Andy?
They do.
And the idea is, you know, you're not bowling at sixes, you're batting at sixes.
Yeah.
So
you're facing a sort of digital bowler.
You've seen him, yeah.
It's quite handy.
Yeah, it is quite good. And
there's a lot of cricket memorabilia I noticed around the place, and there's an amazing shot of an old batsman. He obviously was quite good in his day, but he's got a gap between his bat and pad so wide. It's unbelievable.
I don't think he'd be doing one of those Sky clinics, would he?
No.
But the good thing about it is you can go from pies, basically, someone making it very easy for you to hit the ball, or ultra quick. You know, as you said, whack our Eunice
that's quite
bowling,
tricky,
which
really.
None of us decide. So what we did, we've had a go earlier on today. All of our guests, including Darren Gough, including Steve Harmison, and Felicity Walden, everybody who's going to come and see us today, hopefully are going to have a go at trying their hand at sixes, but
none of them will be worse than Sam Ellard.
Well, I'm afraid this is the story so far. We all had a go a little bit earlier on. Myself, Andy, Jon Norman, our cricket correspondent.
John impressed me.
And Sam Ellard, also one of our top cricket team here at talkSPORT. And we had a kind of, I call it club bowler. And he's mainly a spinner, isn't he? But he's got one incredibly fast ball, and you don't generally know when it turns up.
He didn't have a beer gut, though, so he wasn't totally
No, he wasn't
accurate.
slow left arm. That's right. It wasn't village. But he looks the part, he comes in, and it moves a bit, but not much, does it really? Not as much as Sam made it look like it moved. You would have thought it was like Warney to Gat. The way he was playing and missing. He'll never live it down. Anyway, this is, you probably gathered, he didn't come out of it too well. So I had to go first, and I got 12, which I was quite happy with. Andy went in afterwards and got 9.
Not bad, considering I can't see the ball.
No, that is obviously make a bit of a problem. Jon Norman, our cricket correspondent, went in then.
A lot better than his bowling. I remember watching him bowl.
Not good.
God, blimey.
Okay.
Missed the cut surface, if I seem to remember right.
Everybody's getting it today. Well, Jon Norman got 13, so he took the lead amongst the team.
He obviously has a batsman. I never realised he had a good eye.
And then Sam Ellard went in, who I had high hopes. And Sam went in to have a go, and he got 0. Well, he got 2, and then he was bowled. And when you're bowled,
you lose runs.
You lose 2 runs. So he ended up with 0 points, which is, I think, basically, he should be sacked. I mean, there's 03717. Should a man who claims to be one of our top cricket correspondents get 0?
No, he shouldn't.
Anyway, if you get a chance to come along to the Sixes, they're a lot of fun all over the country, of course. So Harmy's going to have a go, as we said, and Darren Gough as well.
I brought in a selection of memorabilia today.
Lovely, yeah.
For Australia. All of it bought by you for me, actually.
That's right, yeah.
It's this is the baggy green. Originally, do you remember you tried to buy one and they said,
"No, they got very snobby."
I
did a tour of the MCG. And I said, "You sell baggy greens in the club shop?" And like his monocle, "You think they're snotty at Lord's? Go to the MC." Oh, they're right up themselves there.
Yeah.
Oh dear. So he said, and he just kind of said the monocle fell out of his eye. And he said, "Sir, the only way you can get a baggy green is by playing for Australia." So I come back and I found one on eBay for 14 quid.
Tremendous.
So
I can't wear it.
So
though.
much
That's
for
the
that
only thing.
theory, mate.
I love it. It's part of my memorabilia collection. But
Yeah.
I've never actually put it on.
Why do you think it's bad? You're not going to put it on today.
No, I'm not actually.
That would be really bad luck.
And I've got this, which I'm hoping we'll see a lot during the Australian innings.
This is Daddles the duck, and Daddles, is he still making noise?
No, I think
his battery's gone.
it's a bit like his own.
When someone gets a duck on was it was it ABC? It was one of their channels.
Channel 9.
Channel 9, that's right. When somebody gets a duck, Daddles walks. I mean, if that humiliation's not enough,
put it in front of
let's
Sam
put it
Ellard.
in front of Sam Ellard.
Where is he?
Walk it across Sam like that. Daddles. Never live it down. Finish. Basically finished as a cricket correspondent, but no pressure. So anyway, yeah, that's Andy's memorabilia. Anything else?
Well, I got this amazing. I dug up one of my wisdoms.
Look at
I've got quite a lot of them.
They've got a bit about Harmy in there, haven't
They have, and it's really interesting because we all get to know Harmy as a great correspondent, but you can forget what a brilliant cricketer he was.
Oh yeah.
And this description of him, I found fascinating because I'd forgotten how.
You're going to run it past him later.
Well, I could do.
I think it'd be nice.
Do you think I should run it past him?
I've run it. It's like this is your life. We'll do that a little bit later on. If Sam is still on the payroll, he will be out and about chatting to the punters that he's just come round the corner. Look at that. No, he doesn't look happy.
Where is he?
Look happy. There he is. Look,
here's
Walk
Dad
of shame.
waving at you.
We'll get him on. We'll get him on later. He can talk us through the over. Anyway, lots to come. Lots of cricket chat. Plenty of football chat as well because we know
We've got to, I just thought we've got to recreate it. We'll get Sam to stand in front of the camera, and I'll be below. You won't see me.
And you'll just have Daddles across the screen. Okay, yeah,
we'll do that later.
Good stuff. We are going to chat to the boys from the Barmy Army. I mean, the Barmy Army, as a phrase, came from the Australian media, so we can. That's even sweeter as it's become so huge. 40,000 England fans, they think, heading over there,
and they've taken a prime slot. They booked, and they're not happy about it in Australia.
Yeah, Adam Gilchrist, Damien Fleming, very upset they are.
That's very
that we have taken a prime spot at the MCG over Christmas. Anyway, all that to come. Plenty of football chat as well, of course, after Scotland and Wales last night with Harmy and Gough, and a little trip back to Drive. Adrian has kindly dredged up a couple of crackpot theories that Gough had over the years, and he had many of them on Drive on their years together. So we'll run those past Gough instead if he still believes what he said all those years ago. So, live at 6's this afternoon. And we're here with our very good friends at Toolstation. You can check out Toolstation's unmissable deals, great offers on hundreds of trade brands. Next stop, Toolstation, and next up, it's Steve Harmison.
Harmison has done it to spare on the faces of the batsmen, and joy for every England player on the field.
There we are, some happy Ashes memories for Steve Harmison, who you're going to be hearing from on talkSPORT throughout the Ashes series every morning, certainly in the early stages around 10:30. Jon Norman and Harmy will reflect on the day's play, and we're delighted to say he has joined us now. Hi, Harmy.
Afternoon, gentlemen.
Excited? Yeah.
Very excited. I mean, I can't wait. England have named 12, as they do, a couple of days out. Pitch looks as though it's got a bit of grass on it. I expect that to be shaven off, and I expect this pitch to be a good one for 3 days, deteriorate off the back of that, and I think, you know, it just looks a magnificent stadium. It really does. I mean, I've not been there or played in there. I'm a little bit torn because the Wacker is so much of an iconic ground. I'm sure Jarrod will fill us in more when he comes on, but you miss playing at the Wacker because they've got the grass banks on either side, and the wind howls in down one. You know, if you're bowling from the sort of sea end, the wind is right up your backside and it howls. Brings you in. But this stadium looks an absolute picture. It's more of
it's a bowl, isn't it? So it's a kind of mini MCG.
It is.
Mini holds about 60,000.
60,000, yeah. But everything I've heard from
But that probably will affect the Fremantle doctor.
Yeah,
and
it will.
Won't it?
I don't think it'll allow much of it in. So I think that will certainly help the bloke who's bowling into the wind.
Yeah.
I never had that, to be honest. It was always Hoggard. Yeah, go on, Hog, keep going. But no, it looks a magnificent stadium. I've heard from multiple people that it's a brilliant viewing ground for spectators. So, on the field it's going to be a spectacle, but apparently off the field it's going to be a great viewing.
I was interested to hear you say that we were chatting before the programme started about the pitch, that you felt it was going to be a quick pitch because it's always quick at the Wackers. You think this will be the same?
Yeah, I think it'll be the same. I think if anything, the nets have got anything to go by. I mean, the nets at the Wacker used to be one of the best surfaces in Australia, never mind anything in the middle. The nets were beautiful to bat on, fast, bouncy. They looked bouncy in the nets at the Optus, and by all accounts apparently it's hard underneath. It's got grass on top, it's hard underneath. And by all accounts, the grass is going to come off, and it will go through nicely.
There's been a brilliant bit of pitch kidology by the Australians.
Yeah.
Steve Smith has suggested that you've picked all these fast bowls, you're wasting your time. Yeah. I was thinking we should have picked old Jimmy. We get him back.
Send Jimmy. Send for SOS for Jimmy, and his his shoulder all right. And, no, I think England have got an attack. I think to take 20 wickets, and that's always a challenge in Australia. I think England will play 5 seamers. I've got no doubt.
So Bashir won't play?
No, I don't think Bashir will play.
Do you think Australia will play Lyon?
Yeah, I think they have to play Lyon off the back of Hazelwood.
Right.
Being out as well. I think Lyon gives you the experience.
It gives you control on it. That's the difference. Yeah. It doesn't go for a lot of runs.
I've never really been a big favourite of having 5 seamers. I'd never ever seen a point, because if 4 can't do the job, 5 can't.
Yeah.
But I think there are just certain circumstances that you 5 seamers makes a more logical sense. And what I mean by that is Stokes' body, you're trying to sort of look after and protect. Wood's body, you're not sure off the back of coming off, pulling up in Lilac Hill and not playing since sort of February, March. You're still not sure on sort of Jofra or his fitness battles coming in. And you are basically saying, well, what you're going to get out of the spin bowler, and if it is going to be Bashir, which they've obviously picked in the squad, Bashir might go through that the whole 5 days and not bowl a ball, really, because the pitch is a good pitch and it's going through and it's carrying nicely. If that's the case, you might as well have Mark Wood, because Bashir's not going to give you anything with a bat either. So I think it's people might think it's a little bit of gamble. I think it makes logical sense in this Test match to play 5 seamers with the question marks on the bodies, and you can protect them, because top order wickets in Australia, I wouldn't say they're easy to come by, they're not, but lower order wickets are very, very difficult to come by when the ball goes soft on a good pitch, and the old Kookaburra ball So having pace through the air of Archer, of Stokes and of Wood, I think makes a huge amount of sense.
Especially with Wood, because you want to bowl him in short little bursts. That's when it's really effective. And
he gets to speed so quickly.
Yeah.
He will. His first ball will be at 90 mile an hour, and
his second ball he'll fall over.
Yeah. He'll fall over. He'll fall over, and there will be times where England have to look after him. And I'd imagine the kidology stuff from Australia will be. And if I was Australian captain, I'd be saying to the match referee, I'm not sure who the officials are. I was trying to find out before. But if it is somebody like Jeff Coe or Crow or Ranjan Manigali, I'd be saying to the third umpire, the referee, he can't come off. He hasn't played since February. He pulled up at Alec Hill last week. He can't come off. So Mark Wood is literally going to have to be on the field for every minute of the day, because any chance of Mark Wood saying, I need to go off for this, they'll try and stop him, because well, that's the little sort of gamesmanship I would be doing if I was in Australia, the Australia camp, or if Ben Stokes had a Pat Cummins or a Josh Hazelwood going off the field, I'd be saying, no, he's coming to this game with a bit of an injury. You can't go off.
There was a feeling with Jofra that with all the injuries he was picking up and his body letting him down, that maybe he'd go down that route of franchise cricket and just, but he really wants to be here. He's worked really hard to be in these Ashes. He's massively committed to it, which is great, isn't it?
It is, and that's the beauty about, because he's laid back, and let's be fair, he's from Barbados, and they're all, he's always laid back, and the character that Jofra is, and people look at him and they do have that perception of him that he's not that bothered, and he doesn't really care. I've met Jofra on 2 or 3 occasions, and every time I meet him, speak to him, I come away from a conversation of a guy who wants to play cricket for England, who wants to play test match cricket, who wants to be the best version and play the highest standard he possibly can. And I always come away and try and explain to people that Jofra Archer has had a body letdown, like Pat Cummins had a body letdown when he was 19. It took him 5 to 7 years to get him back to where he was. And now Jofra's at this point. Every time I've spoken to him, which is not many times, I come away from a guy who I think, right, he does want to play test cricket.
But you wouldn't have blamed him. You wouldn't have blamed him.
I wouldn't have blamed him.
Had he said, I want to have a career and I can't do this because my body can't take it, so I can't play test match cricket. But he's worked hard to get back in this
He remembers that spell at Lord's.
Yeah.
Which I was there, and it was one of the best spells I've ever seen in my life. And you don't get that in franchise cricket.
No, you don't. And I think that's what Jofra, the perception of Jofra and the actual reality is that this is what we've got from a guy who is extremely talented, and he's just laid back. It's just the way his demeanour is. I was laid back. I looked as though I didn't care, and I didn't have a care in the world, but it didn't mean that I wasn't caring. I did want to play, and I wanted to be the best version. And I think we're starting to see now. I've said a few times leading into this series, it wouldn't surprise me if Jofra plays in all 5 test matches. It wouldn't surprise me if Jofra plays while this series is alive. If it gets to the back end of the series and the series is done, he might get left out in a rest. But I think while it's alive, I can see Jofra playing, because the best thing for him to do would just be to keep bowling, keep progressing them overs. And in this situation where you've got 5 seam bowlers, it actually works having, you bowl less overs because there's a lot more bowlers, which hopefully will make them durable.
They won't play every test, the 2 of them, will they? It's only the second test that the 2 of them have started. When you consider they've been in and around the team for such a long time. But
I can see Mark Wood playing this one. I can see him possibly playing Adelaide. And then where the test series is will determine whether Mark plays Sydney, Melbourne and beyond. But I think while the series is alive, I think Jofra will be a must. I think he adds to the depth of the tail as well when it comes to the batting, because small margins in this series could come down to the fact that England's batting unit from 8, 9, 10, 11 could get 40 to 60 more runs than what Australia's 8, 9, 10, 11.
Yeah.
That could be the difference
Cummings
in a test match.
In late order is always difficult to get out and get runs.
Very much so. Very much so. He's a big loss for them because he's their captain. But that number 8 spot, him and Stark, 8 and 9, is they're two difficult cookies when it comes to the batting department, because they could both bat. But now you're probably going to have Doggett, Boland and in line at number 11. The 3 of them are number 11s. And that, for me, is where England, I think, could potentially capitalise with what England have got coming 8, 9, 10.
That's a good point.
Now, you're going at the bat now.
Apparently so,
So, mentally, you're feeling good? You're ready to go? You've had a little practice.
I have had a little practice. I didn't last time, but I have this time. Just because I embarrassed myself last time, I'm going to probably go and do it again.
So, yeah, we've all had a go. And Jon Norman, who you're going to be doing, obviously, all the following on podcast around the Ashes and stuff on the YouTube channel, he got 13. So you don't want to be getting less than that.
No, I don't want to be getting less than 13. But I have heard a rumour that Sam Ellard got 0.
Oh, yeah, well, it's not a rumour, it's fact.
Is it fact?
Yeah, I think it was already in the papers.
Oh, well,
so the Aussies, it's on the back, it's the Western Australian, it's on the back page already. So good luck, Harmy. I think people will be able to witness that as well, and we're going to get you back afterwards and see how you did, and then keep talking cricket. And but for now, thank you and good luck.
Pleasure.
Have a good knock. With Steve Harmison off to the nets here at Sixes. And as we said, for all the Ashes content, subscribe to the talkSPORT Cricket YouTube channel and the following on podcast feed. 10:30 after these first 2 tests, Jon Norman and Harmy will be dissecting the day's play. Darren Gough joining us for a chat a little bit later on. He'll also have a bit of a bat here at Sixes. And just to let you know, there's no better place to scratch that cricket itch than at Sixes. Sixes Party Cricket is the ultimate festive night out with great food, great drinks and proper cricketing fun for groups of all sizes. We'll get the news headlines next.
History at Hampden. Scotland are heading stateside, and Steve Clarke can hardly find the words.
This is the best feeling. I've waited a long time. I've spoken to you before about how much I want to go to a World Cup with my country. I had the chance as a player. It passed me by.
A 28-year absence from the Men's World Cup finally comes to an end, and former Scotland midfielder John Collins believes no one deserves this more than Clark.
It's been 4 years, 8, 12, 16, 24, 27. Here we are. At last, we can put it to bed. The Tartan Army are going to be there where they should be.
Meanwhile, Danny Murphy says Scotland captain Andy Robertson could be Liverpool's best ever left-back.
In terms of longevity, consistency, you know, the things he's won, okay, he's not won as many as people back when Liverpool win every year, but he's still been part of a really successful era and made that position his own for years.
And ahead of the first Ashes test, the Perth groundsman says this month's Metallica gig at the Optus Stadium has not stopped him producing a decent pitch.
Every year we say, oh, the cracking's going to be there, it's going to be there. That's not going to change. The cracks will be present later in the game. What I really knuckled down this preparation is ensuring that pace and bounce is spot on for day one to ensure that even battle.
England have gone with pace in their 12-man squad. Mark Wood and Jofra Archer are set to start a test together for the first time in 5 years. There's more on talkSPORT's Cricket YouTube channel.
Welcome back to Sixes. It's Paul Hawksbee and Andy Jacobs here on talkSPORT with our Ashes launch show. And one of the great things about Sixes is that you can go and have a net and face bowlers of varying quality. We've set our sort of fair to middling spinner that we have with the occasional quick ball. We've all had a go. Myself, Andy, Jon Norman and Sam Ellard. Sam is now watching Steve Harmison, seeing how it's done. Harmy's had a practice, which we didn't have, to be fair.
Had lunch and a couple of pints.
They have had, that's true, that is very true. They've had a big lunch. Anyway, Sam, over to you. Let's see how Harmy gets on.
Yeah, let's find out. Harmy, bat in hand, big audience, live on talkSPORT's Ustream. We got 6 balls of ferocious spin. You feeling confident? Gonna middle a couple?
I'm very confident, considering there's a rumour going around you didn't get any runs out of your 6 balls. So, yeah. I mean, I can't do any worse than that, so happy days.
This is not about me. This is about the former England internationals, your Steve Harmisons, your Darren Goughs. Back in the day, spin scene, did you have a preference of what you preferred to face?
I would much rather face Shane Warne than face Brett Lee, especially at Perth, because Shane Warne could make me look foolish. I mean, Brett Lee could really hurt me. So I did face Brett Lee once when he was bowling, when he bowled that ball after Alex Tudor. And he hit in the face, and it was a scary thought. 9.5 minutes it took to get back to his mark for me to then face the next ball. That was an extremely long time.
Yes. Well, thankfully for you, there's going to be no seam today. We got 6 balls of some spin. Ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
All right, here we go. Steve Harmison, bat in hand. We're going to close the cage door. We're going to fire up the bowling machine, and let's see how many runs Steve Harmison can get. We've got the likes of Darren Gough, Felicity, Darren Bent to come in the nets a little bit later on. And Harmy, bat in hand. And here we go. First ball about to come. A little bit of spin. And here we go. Bowler comes into Steve Harmison, who comes forward. Oh, and goodness me, that is absolutely glorious. A full ball, slightly over-pitched, and Harmy smacks that bat down the ground for a 4. So 4 runs from the first ball. Second ball comes in this time. It's another full ball, punished by Steve Harmison, back down the ground for another massive 6. 10 runs from the first balls, and this time he sees a full ball, he goes to the big shot, he gets absolutely none of it. Come on, Harmy, eyes on the ball. 4th ball, and that's hoiked in towards the leg side, maybe pierced the fielders on the leg side boundary. Hoiked. That was a hoik, Harmy. 4 runs though, 14 runs and 4 balls. Oh, bowled him! It's a quicker ball out of the front of the hand from the spin bowler, and it cleans up Harmy, so he's going to lose 2 runs. He's on 12. Final ball then. What's Harmy got in the locker? Oh, it's a slightly slower ball. It spins away from Harmy, and he gets nothing on that. So Harmy, it started off good. 12 runs from 6 balls. Could that be a winning score?
No. I fear Darren Gough was going to get more than that. My eyes lit up though, just slower. It was like you were like a sweetie shop. My eyes just lit up, and I thought, I can hit this too hard, and I tried to hit it too hard.
The first 2 glorious drives down the ground. That was a hoik into the leg side, wasn't it? That was a bit of a slog, no?
Culture. Bottom hand. Yeah. I mean, bottom hand comes in. It's culture. Modern world, franchise world. You've got to play them shots.
The big question is, how on earth did Steve Harmison never score a Test match 50? Goodness me.
Monty Panesar ran me out.
Are you still not over that yet?
I'd have get a test match 100 if it hadn't been for Monty's, doziness in the middle, shall we say. But no, batting wasn't my strength. I was there for a good time and not a long time. And as I've just proved, I've just had a good time. And thankfully, I'm not here for a long time.
Well, Paul Andy, Steve Harmison first in the nets here at 6. He started off with a glorious straight drive down the ground for 4, then a lofted drive down the ground for 6. 10 runs from 2 balls. He ended, though, with 12 runs. Will that be a winning score? We'll find out throughout the course of the afternoon.
Thank you very much, Sam. No, it's not.
It's John said.
John's got 13, so Jon Norman, his partner in crime on the podcast, no, 13 runs, so Jon Norman stays in the lead. But that could change. The last thing we need, we got Felicity Ward having a go later, and quite possibly our next guest. Last thing we need, the Aussies winning the old Sixes Challenge today. Jarrod Kimber, one of our top team, joins us. Hi, Jarrod.
Hey guys, how we doing?
You gonna have a go later?
Yeah, if I'm allowed.
Oh yeah.
I can't promise it'll be any better than Harmy, but I reckon I can beat Sam. How's that sound?
So we asked Harmy the question: is he excited? How excited are you?
Look, it's the Ashes, isn't it? This is the first time since 10-11 where I've been like, well, England can realistically win this series. And there aren't many of those sort of occasions that come along. And, with all due respect, it might not happen in 40 years' time. So this is a chance where, as we sit here at the moment, with Hazelwood injured, with Cummins injured, that England has a real chance of winning the Ashes. And I think most series, when they start in Australia, that's probably a little bit pie in the sky.
I just want to ask you a question about Cummins, because there's been a lot of talk about missing him as a player, but what about as a captain? I know Steve Smith's very experienced, but what about missing Cummins as a captain? Do you think they will?
I think you miss him more as a bowler because he's just one of the best of all time. The thing with the captain is he's very methodical, and he does all of his work off field, and he'll still be doing all that work for them. And now they get a little bit of added tactical nous from Steve Smith. And so in the past, there's always been a bit of a push and pull with Cummins and Smith, because Cummins is like, no, I planned this, I did the homework, this is exactly how things are going to go. And Smith's like, oh, what if we just did this? And Cummins doesn't like that.
Right.
He likes to follow his plans. So maybe it's the best of both worlds to be able to do it that way, but you just want to be able to turn to Cummins with the ball, right? So I think it's more as a player that you're going to miss him than as a captain.
I think the Barmy Army will be raiding the local hardware stores for sandpaper, though.
Oh, yeah, you won't be able to find any sandpaper in Perth, I wouldn't think, over the next few days. Harmy has rejoined us. Do you enjoy that?
Yeah, it was good fun.
Couple of good shots.
Yeah, I mean, the agricultural side of me came in as I was trying to hit it a little bit harder. Norman Gifford, my first coach at Durham, always said, there's more chance of you hitting it if you're actually looking at it. And there was a couple of times, like I said, my eyes lit up. They're a bit like Sam's eyes in the sweet shop. I was like, I tried to hit this too hard and missed it. So no, it was good fun.
You're behind Jon Norman, who's on 13, I'm afraid.
I just needed one off the last 3 balls and missed them. So
what are you going to do?
One of the features of Ashes tests over the years has been sledging. We were speaking about this beforehand, but we were saying it's not. Does it still go on? It's not quite the same, is it?
This is a weird Australian team because they're not really into sledging as much. In fact, I wouldn't say they got together as a team and said, we're not going to sledge anymore, because I think that's the wrong way of looking at it. But they sort of said, let's just try and win games, right? And if we need to say something to a player, we'll say something. Whereas the teams before, there was this whole thought, I think it was in 10-11 when they were losing, and it's like, they're losing because they're not sledging enough. And I was like, or are they losing and then they don't want to sledge because I look like idiots, right? As Mitchell Johnson did in that famous clip from that series. So I think this is a very different team. And, you know, under Pat Cummins, he's not a natural sledger. He's not going to say a lot. You know, once David Warner and Matthew Wade left, I don't think they have a natural person who's just going to be, you know, going on. There was that one day when David Warner barked at Faf du Plessis like a dog for 7 hours straight because Faf du Plessis had called him a dog the day before in the press box and in the press conference. And so there's just no one in this team that would do that, right? No. And the England team, again, there's going to be a couple of words, but the England team isn't a massive sledging side either. So I think it's a different generation.
Is it because mental disintegration has gone out of fashion now?
Yeah,
you know, people are more sensitive about their mental health?
A little bit, but I also think there's people can hear, so they're not wanting to do it because people can hear it.
Yeah.
That's big now, and I'm not a big fan of that. I really aren't. I'm not a big fan of the stump mic being up, and I also think there's a lot of crossovers. There's a lot of crossover players. I mean, I would say 90% of the Australian team will have played county cricket in the last 5 years.
So franchise cricket, they'll know each other.
Big Bash, IPL, it's all of it.
And like Jarrod said, it's got to be natural to hear. I mean, I couldn't. I mean, I always joke that nobody understood a word I said 20 miles south of Durham, so it was a waste of time me saying anything. So, I mean, action speaks louder than words. And like what you're saying, the 10-11 side who weren't very good. If you're not very good, there's no point. Because there's no credibility behind it. Yeah, Warne was very, very good. The mental disintegration. You talk about Warne and the sledging stuff. Warne's was gamesmanship. You'd have a conversation with Adam Gilchrist from 25 yards away. Yeah. And the two people in the middle of that conversation were the ones that were talking about. Yeah. But they weren't talking to them. But boy, could they hear them. You know, I mean, talking to Ian Bell, telling Ian Bell that his front foot's fallen over, while Adam Gilchrist is telling Shane Warne, no, it's not his foot, it's his head. And within 2 minutes, Belly's doing the okey cokey, thinking which one's which. That's not sledging. That's fair enough. That's a bit of gamesmanship.
Yeah. And I think you still get that sort of stuff from the Australian team. But the difference is that Cummins, when he was in charge, is not big on it. Steve Smith's not a big sledger either. And Tim Payne was one before that, but Tim Payne was barely in the side. Like, he wasn't going to be the person that pushed that. So you do need someone. There was a point at time when Matthew Wade was brought back, and the Australian selectors all but said, we need a little bit more voice in the field. And what they were really saying is we need sledging. I just think as a team, they've moved past that. They just want the best players playing now, right? And then the best players will put pressure on and will do that gamesmanship without any need.
England have got a couple of terriers. They have got a couple. Harry Brooks, not shy of a few words. The captain himself is not shy of a few words. Biggest one, who's not on the field, but he identifies it, and that's the coach, McCullum. We've seen in New Zealand. We've seen in India, but we've seen in when they played against India here and in New Zealand, that there was one or two players that they felt were quite vulnerable to the chat. And you've seen, the camera's seen McCullum going to the Brook and to Root, and he was like that, get into them. And he was, using his sort of fingers to say it, get into them, because they're not the sort of strongest. So if it's needed, I think England's got more in their locker than what Australia's got, because I think it's more natural to some of the England players. But I don't think it's going to define a test series.
Will there be... we've got to move
we have got to move on. Harmy, you're going to rejoin us later for a chat. Jarrod, be great if you can go and have a go.
Okay.
And then we can add you to the list.
Zero. Was it zero?
Zero you've got to beat.
Just checking. Zero.
Yeah, that's it.
So I might just block one and just get a single.
And you're going to pop back with Felicity Warne. We'll have a bit of a Aussie corner a little bit later on and talk about some of it. We got the back pages of the Australian papers today, so we'll talk about that with you guys. And Felicity, massive cricket fan, so we'll be chatting her, getting some Ashes memories from her. But we're going to talk to the guys from the Barmy Army next. Quite the story, really. They're taking 40,000 England fans this time heading to Oz for the series. So we'll be chatting to them in a few moments' time. We're here as always with our good friends at Tool Station. You can check out Tool Station's unmissable deals, great offers on hundreds of trade brands. Next stop, Tool Station. As a Friday morning, and England fans will be setting off in huge numbers. Up to 40,000 predicted could go for this. It was pretty amazing.
It sounds unprecedented. It's amazing. There's a reason for it. We'll find out.
Many will go under the Barmy Army, of course, that are known and loved throughout the world. England cricket fans. To the founding fathers of the Barmy Army have joined us today, Gareth Evans and Paul Burnham. Good afternoon, guys.
Good afternoon.
Hi. Wow. So, I mean, I was reading a little bit about the birth of the Barmy Army today, Gareth, and see that it was an Australian newspaper that came up with the phrase.
Well, yeah, sort of. I mean, we were using a lot of sort of football, soccer chants, and I can't remember what team, Wolves or something like that, had a Barmy Army.
Sheffield Wednesday.
That's it, yeah. And we took on the Atherton's Barmy Army thing, but yeah, it was the press that named us the Barmy Army sort of after those chants.
And did you latch onto it straight away, Paul? Did everybody think, yeah, that's great, that's what we are?
Yeah, I mean, one of the main songs had the Barmy Army chorus, which we proceeded to sing for long periods of time. And
I noticed.
Did you? Yeah.
Where do we come?
I think it was really designed to annoy the Aussies, but I know it annoyed a lot of Brits as well, particularly some of the traditionalists. But I think the repertoire has definitely got more varied than that, and a lot more proactive, supporting the boys as opposed to annoying the Aussies and the traditionalists.
I'm hoping the Aussie Border Force confiscate Billy's trumpet.
Well, Billy's no longer the trumpet.
No, he's not the trumpet.
Finch is there, and he's already sneaked his way in.
Oh, what a pity!
Oh, he did,
You're not a trumpet fan.
I can't stand it.
Really?
Absolutely mad.
Such a curmudgeon.
But
what do you really think?
Yeah,
but. The players, much more important than me, the players love it. They love the Barmy. They often make reference to it, don't they?
Well, the point's always been that if you make the noise and you start singing and get behind the boys, they've all told us, the various players over 30 years now, that occasionally it makes a difference.
Yeah.
And when you're just a supporter and you're on the side, if you can do something that makes a slight impact on the game, it might be you get one wicket because a bowler came in. Let's ask people like Harmison and Gough, you got them here.
Yeah.
Did it ever make a difference to them? And I think they both tell you it did. So that's sort of the reason we've always carried on. We've had plenty of people not like the trumpet and the singing over the years, and that's always been my comment back. I get your opinion, respect your opinion. Don't come and sit with us.
Yeah.
Go and sit the other side of the ground. But we are going to support the England cricket team, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
How lively can it get with the Aussie fans? Because I know I've been at Lord's, and it's
can be a bit of edge.
Absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely gets. But equally, the respect for Australia is there. We're brothers in arms. Let's not forget. But beating Australians at sport, whether it's cricket certainly, and the same I think applies with rugby. Beating the Australians is what you always want to do because we know what they're like. But equally, the respect is there. So a few beers in the bar later. Yeah. I've never seen any scraps or fights.
No.
But I've seen plenty of banter, which sometimes can, in theory. But words. Everyone should be able to deal with words. It's when it goes the other way. And touch wood, that will never happen. And if anything, it actually, the Aussies love the Barmy Army.
Sure,
they love us coming over, and of course. We always win the song contest, right? Because they actually have no songs. And 30 years down the line, they still squeak out Aussie, 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 oi, oi, like a load of St. Trinian schoolgirls. So it's not great. There's not much competition on the terraces. So,
it's certainly not as creative. Gareth, you were there, right at the start. I mean, you live in New Zealand now. When you watch the way it's grown and the great charity work the Barmy Army does, the amount of people they take on tour, just the whole and the games before the Ashes with the fans. I mean, it's just huge, isn't it? Probably far bigger than when the three of you sat down and it became a thing.
Oh, completely. I mean, we had, when everything sort of kicked off in probably in 95, we were in the series for the whole of 94, 95, but in terms of the Barmy Army and the merchandising and all that sort of stuff, that all started in Adelaide and Perth, which is Test 4 and 5. But we had sort of dreams. I had dreams when we came back from that tour to maybe develop something that it's turned into, but it was very quiet and very cold when we first came back from that tour. No one really had heard of the Barmy Army back in England at that point, apart from sort of diehard cricket fans. But no, what Paul and the guys have done since then has been incredible. And I think we had those ideas and dreams at that time, but to see it all evolve how it's done has been incredible, and Paul's been the main part of that.
People are always surprised how they can afford. So I mean, often people think they must all be kind of self-employed tradesmen. Must be plumbers who work for 6 months like a dog and then have
It's
6
not the
months
same.
off to watch
I know
cricket.
we all look the same, sunburn, bald head, typical Brit, but it's actually different people.
Yes, yeah.
So the ones that you see that are the same, like the trumpeter or Vic Flowers, who used to wave the flag, and I can't mention who his lookalike was these days, but so you had, I don't know, 10 to 15 people over the years that have more or less been paid to go away and to help. But everyone else is just different English people. I think the average number of tests per Barmy Army member tours is just over 2 tours.
Right.
And the number of times that people, I think the average is something like 10 test matches that people do in their life. Then something happens, maybe they get married but people get addicted to it for a while. They tend to tick the box like Australia, South Africa, West Indies. Great places to go, right? They tend to do that, and then most people drop off. They get married, then we're seeing quite a lot now. It's just how long I've been doing it, but there's now people coming along that come and shake my hand and I'm the son or daughter of the guy that was on the trip.
That's brilliant.
And you suddenly realise it's gone a generation, right? So
I know
it is a family. It's great fun.
Yeah, I know the Bunbury's, the Barmy Army can be quite intimidating. Because I was playing in a Bunbury game, and the Barmy Army happened to be there. It was at Hove, and I chased the ball to the boundary, and it may have touched the rope.
It may have touched. Spirit of cricket.
You got a bit of Aussie blood in you.
Oh, Bunbury's always cheating.
Well, that's fair enough.
So that's why you don't like. Was it the trumpet player? Is that why you got an issue with him?
It probably was.
Just on the Bunburys. What a man that was, David English.
Oh yeah,
tremendous guy. And we played the Bunbury. There's actually a gentleman over there that's just come in who's a Bunbury. So fondly remembered. And David, bonkers as a guy, but what a love of cricket that man had, and inspired me a few times and said keep going, because it's been quite tough sometimes. Most of the time it's been great.
So as we said, 40,000 it seems could be heading out there en masse, and you organise a lot of the tours. We were chatting to your logistics guy the other day, and it's a big deal, isn't it, getting everybody out there and getting them accommodation, getting them tickets, everything else.
Absolutely. I mean, we work with Cricket Australia, so they set up a travel office, so they do where you're going to stay and giving you the tickets, etc., etc. But you have to organise everything else, the flights, and I think they're running 35 events during the tour. The charity's Chance to Shine, State School Cricket. So there's a lot of charity events as well, and then there's merchandise. God knows how many. Taxman's listening in Australia, but about 40,000 items I think they're producing.
Wow.
So everybody wants that shirt. I was their shirt. So it's a massive organisation. I used to do it, which is probably why I'm sat here, because it ended up a bit pear-shaped with my organisation. But no, they do a great job now, and we brought the youngsters in. I sacked myself a few years as operational. We got 30-year-old guys doing it, which is...
they got the energy for it.
We need the energy.
Well, lovely to meet you both. And congratulations, you set up something that's been pretty special and lives on, which is brilliant. What a lovely legacy to have for the both of you. So, well, safe journey back. You'll be watching from New Zealand?
Well, I'm here for the first test.
Right, okay.
And, I'll be back at home for the others.
Fantastic. And you'll be going out to Sydney?
Going out for Sydney. Celebration test,
Enjoy. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much for coming. And Gareth Evans and Paul Burnham, they're two of the founding fathers of the Barmy Army. Just to let you know, it's more Ashes build-up tonight from 8 o'clock on kick-off. Sam Ellard, Darren, Gough, Jon Norman going to bring you a full preview of the entire series. We're going to get a bit of an Aussie angle very, very shortly on this Ashes. Felicity Ward, comedian and massive cricket fan, joins us for a chat in a few moments' time.
History at Hampden. Scotland are heading stateside, and Steve Clarke can hardly find the words.
This is the best feeling. I've waited a long time. I've spoken to you before about how much I want to go to a World Cup with my country. I had the chance as a player. It passed me by. I'm going to enjoy myself tonight and tomorrow night and the night after that.
A 28-year absence from the Men's World Cup finally comes to an end, and former Scotland midfielder John Collins believes no one deserves this more than Clarke.
It's been 4 years, 8, 12, 16, 24, 27. Here we are. At last, we can put it to bed. The Tartan Army are going to be there where they should be. They brighten up every tournament they go to.
Meanwhile, Danny Murphy says Scotland captain Andy Robertson could be Liverpool's best ever left-back.
Robertson's been amazing, really. He's back in the team now for Liverpool for a reason, because they know how reliable he is. And in terms of longevity, consistency, the things he's won, okay, he's not won as many as people back when Liverpool win every year, but he's still been part of a really successful era and made that position his own for years.
As Wales made the playoffs, Harry Wilson says the Cardiff Stadium will intimidate whoever they get. Elsewhere, Steve McLaren has stepped down as Jamaica head coach as they fail to reach the World Cup. Meanwhile, if being the leader of the free world isn't enough to impress your son, what can you do? Introduce him to Cristiano Ronaldo.
Darren got to meet him, and I think he respects his father a little bit more now, just the fact that I introduced you. So I just want to thank you both for being here. Thank you very much.
Ronaldo was at the White House for a dinner alongside Gianni Infantino and Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. And ahead of the first Ashes test, the Perth groundsman says this month's Metallica gig at the Optus Stadium has not stopped him producing a decent pitch.
Every year we say, the cracking's going to be there, it's going to be there. That's not going to change. The cracks will be present later in the game. What I've really knuckled down this preparation is ensuring that pace and bounce is spot on for day one to ensure that even battle.
England have gone with pace in their 12-man squad. Mark Wood and Jofra Archer are set to start a test together for the first time in 5 years. There's more on talkSPORT's Cricket YouTube channel.
Can you hear the noise, Sags? Can you hear the noise? 6 follows 4, and Stokes goes past 100. Ben Stokes facing Cummins, cuts away, and he takes the 4, but wins the game for England. Unbelievable scenes here at Headingley.
Here we are. A jubilant Jon Norman there.
We didn't win the series.
We didn't win the series. Let's just brush over that.
Oh, yeah.
We said we're going to look at... we're live from Sixes. It's Paul Hawksbee and Andy Jacobs here, of course. Live from Sixes Cricket in London. And we're looking ahead to the Ashes. It gets underway the early hours of Friday morning. It's been predominantly England so far. Jarrod Kimber joined us for a quick chat. That doesn't seem fair. There are two sides. Let's be honest, there are two teams in this game.
Not in England, there isn't.
No. And let's holding up the Aussie end once again, and Jarrod's going to rejoin us later on. Felicity Ward, comedian and actor and massive cricket fan. Good to see you again, Felicity. How are you?
Absolutely delighted to be here, and thank you for just playing that game-winning moment.
Yes, that's a pleasure.
I love that you're trying to psych me out. I'm not even playing the game.
So, how did you get into your kind of New South Wales, not a million miles from Sydney? So,
No.
Is cricket in the blood? Was it in the family?
Yes. I feel like anyone who has cricket in the family, you've got to make your kids watch it before they understand what's happening. And it's a slow brainwashing that happens before they've developed their own sense of taste. And if you are trying to get close to your father, that's absolutely what happened with me and my sister, that we would just sit there for 6 weeks at a time over summer and watch it. And now we are part of the cult and we can't get out. So it's ashes till I die, I'm afraid.
But cricket has a different role in Australia. I mean, I'm a big fan of Neighbours.
Yes.
Which is, of course, a very typical...
You would be surprised at how many people still say that. People are like, I love Neighbours. I'm like, we don't.
No,
Andy's massively into it.
But one of the features in Neighbours is the sort of That's not
Yes.
the square when they play cricket.
Yes.
That's always a big thing, especially on Christmas Day and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, we play it everywhere. It's always shocking to me when I first came over here that cricket was like a posh game, that it was for people, for middle class people, where like every scumbag in Australia plays it. It's on the beach, it's in the garden, it's anywhere. I mean, we have more space to do it, but it's an everyman's game. It's, I suppose, the same role as football play is over here.
Sure.
Yeah, that's what it is to us.
Have you been to Ashes Test? Have you gone along to games?
Mate, let me tell you one of the most devastating moments of my life. My sister and I in, 2006, when Shane Warne was going to get his 700th wicket, we cancelled Christmas. And my sister and I flew down to be in Melbourne. We had Christmas in Melbourne with, I don't know, some reprobates. And then we were like pumped. Day one, he was on 6.99. My sister and I are in the crowd where, every time he runs up, everyone goes, what? Ooh. And he does that about 4 times. And then, I promise you this is relevant, there is a soft drink called Pasito. And it's like a passion fruit flavoured. I hadn't heard of it since the 80s. And my sister leans over to me as Shane Warne runs up and says, do you want a Pasito? And I said, do I want a can of Pasito? And then 100,000 people took to their feet, and I had to watch Shane Warne get it on the replay.
Oh, no.
Absolutely devastating.
So have you? It's quite triggering if you see a can of Pasito.
Yeah, I've never been able to touch passion fruit again. I start shaking.
Well, did you play, Felicity? Did you ever play or not?
I think I played a little bit in high school. Like again, it's not something like, this is my experience anyway, culturally how different it is, that you don't like, that girls in high school don't really play cricket. Like it was sort of, that's my understanding here. I mean, unless they like join a team, whereas we played co-ed, and I mean, I was absolute, I can't say the word on radio, but let's just say it wasn't good the way that I played. I can,
I think you're going to get a bat later on, of course.
If I haven't already traumatised myself with that information.
I think that one of the differences is that like, the Australian cricket team could walk down this street and people would, they'd either not know who they were or just politely sort of acknowledge them.
Yes.
Whereas in Australia, you get the feeling from the players that everybody in the street's got an opinion. Harmy was saying, even when you arrive at the customs, the bloke's saying, you're rubbish. You go,
yeah. Mate, well, I mean, we're very mouthy people, just in case you hadn't picked that up. Like everyone does, I think... again, and I suppose if you're from London in particular, nobody talks to anyone in London. You're not allowed to. You get kicked out of the country. But in Australia, it's a much more. Everyone has a parasocial relationship with everyone. Everyone thinks they've got like that. You want to hear their opinion, which is sometimes very charming and sometimes awful. So it's both. It's both.
So you will be getting up to watch some of the play. I mean, it's like this. 2:30 in the morning is quite difficult, I guess.
2:30 is early, and I'm a comedian, so I get home at about midnight the night. I don't know what I'll do Thursday. Do you know what? Now that I've thought about it, it's very exciting. The first game I'm very nervous about, being at Optus, not even at the Wacker. That makes me very uncomfortable. Not at the Gabba. Yeah. And my biggest concern is in the tight turnaround, are we going to be able to find enough qualified, verbally abusive alcoholics for the crowd? I don't know. I don't know if Perth has that, that level of unhinged that Queensland does. Because as you know, that's basically the 12th man is the Gabba crowd for the Australians.
Yeah.
I'm concerned that we haven't got Cummins and Hazelwood, obviously, but we do have our quota of one Mitchell. I don't know if you know this, but we need to have...
You have to have one Mitchell.
Since 2007, that's been the rule. And 2013, I think, was the only Ashes that we didn't have a Mitchell, and we lost 3-0. So...
Is it still a popular name in Oz? Is there still a lot of Mitchells out there?
No, not at all.
So the Mitchells could die out, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. They're a dying breed. I mean, since 2007, we have had Mitchells in the team every year except 2013. So we're carrying on the tradition. I think there's another Mitchell coming up. So we've only got to keep one of them.
You've got a Scotty. It's always nice to have a Scotty.
You've got to have a Scotty.
Yeah. That first ball is always so crucial. It often sets the tone. I don't know why it shouldn't do. It's just one ball.
I know.
But it does. So I feel like I'm hoping my prostate kicks in, that I sort of wake up.
Okay. Hoping my prostate kicks in.
I don't think I've ever heard that sentence.
Well, I'm hoping, that
fingers crossed.
I'll wake up at 2:25. I don't.
Is that an older man's version of a women's intuition? I'm hoping my prostate kicks in.
He'll see an over at 2:30. He'll see an over at 4:30 and over at 6:30.
And then the
That's the
highlights all the
idea.
way through.
That's it. That's the way of doing it. Well, Felicity, we're going to get you back with Jarrod for a proper Aussie. But in the meantime, while we're bringing everybody to travel, you're going to have a net. You're going to go and have a bat.
I'm packing.
Well, look, one of our cricket correspondents, Sam Ellard, got 0.
So you can't do worse than
He got 0.
I actually think I could do worse than that. I don't know how.
So
a broken something. That's what I'm assuming.
You've just got to get that on
theoretically,
ball.
you could get minus 12 if you.
No, that's not going to happen.
If you get what?
No,
every time you get bowled, you lose 2 runs.
Yeah, but that won't. You'll be fine. It's trying to get inside your head.
Mate,
It started already.
You people, honestly, I've come on here. I've given you my time.
Take Daddles with you. I'm sure it'll be fine.
You can just walk along the bottom of the screen.
This is unbelievable. The disrespect. I come on here.
We'll see you in a minute, and we'll look at how you did, and we'll have a chat with Jarrod, and we'll keep talking Ashes. So for now, Felicity, good luck.
Thank you. I'll need it.
Felicity Ward there. She'll be back with Jarrod Kimber very shortly. Darren Gough joining us a little bit later on. Darren Bent. We have to have a couple of Darrens in the same way that they have to have Mitches. Darren Bent, he was very good with a cricket, like good hand-eye, footballers. We'll talk a bit of football, bit of Scotland with him. But more from Felicity and Jarrod in a few moments' time. We're here with our very good friends at Toolstation. You can check out Toolstation's unmissable deals, great offers on hundreds of trade brands. Next stop, Toolstation. Paul Hawksbee, Andy Jacobs live from Sixes, and we're asking all of our guests, all of our presenters, our cricket experts to have a go at the Sixes nets today as part of the experience when you come down and have a drink and a bite to eat at Sixes. Jarrod Kimber's rejoined us. You got 11, Jarrod. Not bad, pretty good going.
It was terrible. I think the 11 flatters me quite a bit. I did play one shot that I was like, they said, do you want to have it filmed? And I said no, because I've never done this before, and I couldn't work it out, to be honest. I couldn't work out where the ball was coming from. And then when they did the fast one that you guys all go bowled from, I just smashed that.
Wow.
I was like, that's what I need, is the faster ones. The spin, absolutely
You couldn't
terrible.
live
You're
with
the only one to
spin.
make contact with that quicker one.
But how many more did I get than Sam? Was it 11?
You got 11 more than
11
Sam,
more than
funny
Sam
enough.
Ellard,
Felicity Ward is going to be rejoining us, but she's just about to have her net. Sam, how's it going round there?
It's good. It's busy. Lots of people packed in to watch Felicity. About to have a hit. The top of the leaderboard's getting busy. Jon Norman's out on top on 13. Steve Harmison scored 12. Yep. But Felicity, I'm worried because you've just told me you haven't got your glasses, which could be a problem.
Absolutely. I'm wearing leather trousers and I have not brought my glasses, so I look forward to getting -12.
So the pose as well for people watching on YouTube. I've never seen somebody stood with the bat behind their head like that before.
Well, you've never met me, have you?
Okay. No glasses, interesting batting technique. Felicity, just don't get 0, because that would be really embarrassing, wouldn't it? Okay? Okay, here we go. Felicity Ward is about to get herself ready. We're going to fire up the bowling machine. Again, no glasses. This could be a concern for Felicity. It's the spinner, and we are about to get going. Got a standard pose there on leg stump, shall we say? A little bit of a bat tap. She's teased. She might play the reverse sweep. Here we go. First ball. Oh, goodness me, comes down the ground. And we think there's a slight inside edge there. We're going to give her 2 runs there. Off to a good start. Second ball comes in, and that's a lofted shot into the leg side. Oh, I tell you what, our scorer is being generous there, giving 3 runs with that shot into the leg side. On to 5. Third ball comes down the ground. That one spun. Beat her on the outside edge. No runs there. So 3 balls faced, 5 runs scored. Top of the table, Jon Norman. Is he worried? Oh, goodness me. She's used her feet there. Bat down the ground. 4 runs for Felicity. Imagine how good she'd be if she had her glasses on. 2 more balls to go then. Spinner comes in. The quick one driven into the offside just for a single. Final ball then. What she got in her locker. It's another glorious, glorious shot into the leg side there and given us a 4. So is that a total of 14 runs? And there we go. Felicity Ward goes to the top of the table.
Is that right? How did that happen?
I think maybe, I don't want to be go and join the boys, Felicity, but I think we have some generous scoring there, Paul and Andy, from no, I'm not being rude, Felicity, but there was a couple.
No, you are being rude.
I'm enjoying Paul and Andy. According to our scorer, it's 14.
Yeah.
It's top of the table, boys, but maybe generous there. I'm not so sure about that.
That is the Fremantle doctoring of the scores.
I think it was, actually.
Blimey. Well done, though, Felicity. 14.
Come on, round of applause, lads.
Come on. Top of the leaderboard.
Absolutely.
Never in doubt. Imagine if David Steele didn't have his glasses on. I mean, he would have been terrible, wouldn't he? Daniel Vittori. Well done, Felicity. That's fantastic. 14.
They were telling me they were very generous with the score. I'm like, I mean, England can't give you nothing for free. They cannot give it to you for free.
But well done.
Thank you. I was very nervous.
You're better at batting than Steve Harmison.
I've always said that, actually.
Yeah.
I am.
This is not a good sign for the Ashes. It's a bad omen. Especially as Jarrod got 11. So that is a pretty decent combined Aussie score.
Very competitive.
So we're going to have a look at the back pages of some of the Australian newspapers. And Jarrod, you were just saying this is the Western Australian. I can just show that to the camera. This is the West
Australian, yeah.
The West Australian,
like James Richardson.
Yeah, I'm just showing you that. Go and get me a cappuccino. The main thrust of the piece is, why are you so obsessed with me? Belly-aching Bazballers insist they have moved on, but are still talking about that stumping.
Well, funnily enough, I had a question for Jarrod. Will there be an Alex Carey moment that ignites the whole thing? Because that's what normally happens, isn't it? It can be one thing that sets the whole thing off.
I think with social media, there's more of a chance of just something that normally would be forgotten getting remembered forever.
Yes.
And I think there's a fair chance of that. Just to say, though, I didn't realise that these 3 were in a boy band together.
Yes, it does.
When does has the album dropped?
Flying Without Wings. It
The
has a little-
Westlife reunion looks good. It looks good.
The best thing, though, Felicity, is that on the West Australian, the story next to it, the story is a primary school in Perth is at the centre of a terrifying health scare after several children were pricked with the same needle in a botched blood sugar testing exercise. But they have that thing in legal circles, juxtaposition. So it's not the headline for the England players, but the line for that story, a very serious story about children.
And diabetes.
The headline in the West Australian is "Dopey Pricks."
Honestly, this makes me homesick.
That's what it
This
says.
is the kind of top-tier journalism that this country is lacking.
Exactly. For a serious story about children, next to some England cricketers.
So close to Bairstow's face.
Yes.
Like it really is. Like
I know.
Mind you, the story below, prison blame for judges' soft sentence, that could be a convicts reference.
That could be. They've got a turning inward on themselves suddenly.
I think looking at that front page, I think the thing that I'm also concerned about is, are we going to be able to find a factor strong enough in sun cream to help protect these men from the Perth sun?
That's the thing. It's
They're
very tough for
sunburnt
Ben.
under studio lights here. And I'm also concerned that Jarrod is turning into James Blunt. I don't know if they're going to the same surgeon.
Yes,
but
there is that look.
How much if it goes badly for Australia in the first test?
All right.
How much does it? No, because obviously this is a sort of trying to disintegrate the England team.
Yeah.
But how much will they turn on the Australian team if it doesn't go well?
Well, you can tell already because you've given me another headline that says Bazball versus Dads. They've already got the story ready, right? Which is that this team is too old. So that's one of the great things about the Australian media is they're just going to go in whichever direction they have to go in.
Yeah.
Right? Whatever's going to sell the papers, whatever's going to look the best, whatever pictures that they can they do like a doctored picture as well. Especially in Western Australia and in Brisbane on the Courier Mail. They'll go full in, I think, with that. So they've already got it ready. And to be fair, we've already had 2 old men injuries before the series has started in Cummins and Hazelwood. So
my lower back, my lumbar.
But this is what we were talking about. We were saying just before that it's not so much that the cricketing skills are diminished, because I don't think they do it at 35, but it's can they last 5 tests in hot weather in this intensity?
I'm not sure there's a fast bowler outside of Mitchell Starc that will last the whole series. Because the England bowlers have all been injured and come and go, and they'll swap them around. Scott Boland's 36 as well, and he's not used to playing a lot of cricket. So you do have a lot of old dudes who are trying to do something that isn't particularly easy. And Josh Hazelwood's missed a lot of test matches over the last couple of years. And Pat Cummins had 6 years at the start of his career where he couldn't even get on the field. So this
is the equivalent of the dad's race at primary school, where all the kids and they're like, "Come on, dads, get out there."
They're pulling up. We called it Dad's Army here in all of our places. But I was thinking, would they have had an Australian version? Because they do a lot of British sitcoms there making the odds. But a Dad's Army, you wouldn't have really needed a home guard in Australia because you're so far away you would have seen them coming, wouldn't you, really? You'd have about sort of 6 months' notice, wouldn't you, to come in. But yeah, Dad's Army is what we've been saying here. But I mean, it's not that old, is it? 30-odd? I mean...
Don't
really?
look at me, mate.
Now our papers have got very exciting, and the Daily Star have done an Ashes quiz.
Oh, okay.
So I'll ask you. I've selected some of the questions because some of them are a bit sort of obvious. But this one, England's Surrey and Botham dominated the 1981 series so much they were dubbed Botham's Ashes.
Yes.
What's his nickname? Is it A, Botty, B, Beefy, or C, Betty?
Really?
What does that say about where English cricket is in the public eye that you could even get away with that question?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's
anyway,
the level.
Botty, right?
I mean, it's no joke.
On the cricket in Oz during the Ashes is so much greater than it is here, isn't it? I mean, we'll have a lot of coverage if it's going very well, but if we're not, it'll be buried on sort of page inside back cover.
I think that you also have the issue over here that it's not on free-to-air TV.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't believe that when I came over here. I'm like, you invented the game and you even privatised that? Like, you just can't give anything for free in the UK.
So it's on free-to-air in Oz, yeah?
Yeah, I think
it's
unless
on 2 channels in Australia.
Right, okay.
Yeah, and if it's sold out in the city that it's playing, then it will show in that. Is that still the
deal? No, even now you can watch it in the city.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they changed all the rules. So you've got 2 TV stations and I think 4 or 5 radio stations that all broadcast at the same time on it. So it's very hard to get away from it. And you've also got to remember that, like, Western Australia is basically in the middle of nowhere. Like, they don't have a lot of events. You have to purposely go to Western Australia.
WA is like a third of our landmass.
Yeah.
Like a third of the sixth biggest country.
4 hours from Adelaide or something? Like, it's a mile from everything. And they don't have a lot of big events. This is a huge thing to have in Perth this year.
And the first one too. Like, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
So
and their new pretty stadium and everything that they're very excited about.
You've also got direct, I don't know if this matters, but you've got direct flights that go straight from London to Perth. And so I feel like, I think I read something like number one, it's got the highest number of immigrants, like British immigrants over there, or immigrants, that they make up like 10%.
Yeah.
It's like a really high proportion.
It's a lot. When you're over there, you really do notice how many English people are based in Perth.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they survive, because the sun is about a foot above your head.
It is a bit of a shock. When you hit the coast of Australia, the pilot, I was flying to Melbourne, the pilot says, ladies and gentlemen, we have just entered Australia, and we're just 8 hours from Melbourne.
Yeah.
What?
How is that possible?
Yeah.
Yeah, until you fly around the country, you don't... Like, you go, yeah, it's big. I remember when I first started stand-up, and it was the first year, and I had to do a gig in Mount Isa, which is in North Queensland, inland.
I would have loved to have seen how your gig would have gone in Mount Isa, by the way. I've been to Mount Isa before.
Number one, how dare you? You're not supposed to turn on me too. But I was living in Melbourne at the time. I had to catch 3 planes. I'm like, what's happening?
Wow.
Where am I? It's insane.
Well, what are you up to, Felicity, before we let you go? You busy gigging and stuff?
I'm very busy gig. I'm just I'm being a bit of a gig pig. I'm getting ready for the festivals next year, and I've just finished my tour. If you want to see my face, I'm on a show called The Office on Amazon Prime.
Yes,
and
of course.
Then there's one called Time Bandits, which is on Apple, and I'm doing an English accent. So
nice.
I'm being a traitor. Apart from that, it's all like stuff for next year.
Well, can we catch up with you during the later stages of the Ashes, if England are doing well, obviously?
It would be my absolute pleasure.
Fantastic. Charlie Baker sends his regards,
I
by the
always
way.
send my regards to Charlie Baker. I love that man and everything he stands for.
Thank you, Felicity. Lovely to see you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Jarrod. Thank you for popping in today. And of course, we'll be hearing from you throughout the Ashes on talkSPORT.
Yeah, I'll pop in.
Fantastic. Thanks very much. Darren Bent's going to join us next. He's going to have a go at the 6-ball challenge here at Sixes. The leader currently beating Steve Harmison, myself, Andy, Jon Norman. Felicity Ward with 14 runs.
Tremendous.
The Aussies are currently winning these particular Ashes. It's going to be down to Gough or Benty, I think, today. That's all to come after the news headlines.
History at Hampden. Scotland are heading stateside, and Steve Clarke can hardly find the words.
This is the best feeling. I've waited a long time. I've spoken to you before about how much I want to go to a World Cup with my country. I had the chance as a player. It passed me by. I'm going to enjoy myself tonight and tomorrow night and the night after that.
And former Scotland midfielder John Collins believes no one deserves this more than Clarke.
4 years, 8, 12, 16, 24, 27, here we are. At last, we can put it to bed. The Tartan Army are going to be there where they should be.
Meanwhile, Danny Murphy says Scotland captain Andy Robertson could be Liverpool's best ever left-back.
In terms of longevity, consistency, you know, the things he's won, OK, he's not won as many as people back when Liverpool win every year, but he's still been part of a really successful era and made that position his own for years.
And ahead of the first Ashes test, the Perth groundsman says this month's Metallica gig at the Optus Stadium has not stopped him producing a decent pitch.
Every year we say, oh, the cracking's going to be there, it's going to be there. That's not going to change. The cracks will be present later in the game. What I've really knuckled down this preparation is ensuring that pace and bounce is spot on for day one to ensure that even battle.
England have gone with pace in their 12-man squad. Mark Wood and Jofra Archer are set to start a test together for the first time in 5 years. There's more on talkSPORT's Cricket YouTube channel.
Welcome back to Sixes in London with our Ashes preview show. Darren Gough still to come, more from Steve Harmison later on. We'll get some questions from the floor for the fellas. But before all of that, we're going to be talking football with Darren Bent. But he's going to have a go at the Sixes 6-ball challenge we've all tried today. 14 is the score to beat, just set recently by Australian comedian actor Felicity Ward. So we need an Englishman back at the top of the leaderboard, otherwise it could be bad luck for the Ashes. So Sam, Benty's all ready to go.
He's ready to go, and surprise, surprise, he's moaning already. Oh, I didn't have a practice here. Honestly, it's not fair. Maybe less paddle. You could have come down for a net earlier, Benty.
No, yeah, listen, I've been here before. Great sport, first and foremost, but I love coming down here, Sixes, man. I mean, hopefully now I'm going to do myself justice and team drive time, because that's what I'm doing it for. So let's see how we get on.
We've seen you score many goals in the Premier League. Bat in hand, though, going to hit them cleanly, confident, in good nick?
Last year, when I played at school, I was a bowler. I was at the end of the order in batting, so that kind of tells you where this is going to go. But I'm confident and get some runs in. OK,
here we go then, doing it for team drive. We're going to move out the nets. The ball. No, we're not going to turn it. It's a spinner, Benty. It's not a fast bowler. And Darren Bent is in position. My guess, boys, he's going to just swing, and swing. So here we go. He's getting ready. I think he's taking a bit of a leg side. Oh, and I tell you what, he comes down the ground there and almost just lofts that ball over the fielder at mid-wicket, and he starts with a 4. He timed that ball to absolute perfection. 1 ball, 4 runs. Oh, and this time again, he almost tries to play the same shot coming down the ground. I think, by the way, here, I think he might have the seamer on here, by the way. I think we've had spin, boys. We've got to change a bowler. The seamer's on, and that from Benty there is a full delivery. It's a drive down the ground. He won 6. Our scorer, Alex Christie, is going to give him a 4. 2 glorious 4s. 3 balls, 8 runs. Here comes the seamer once again, charging in, and that's another really good shot down the ground. Another 4 for Darren Bent. 4 balls, 12 runs. He's got a chance here to get to the top of the leaderboard. Again, he's facing a seamer here, not a spinner. And this time there, he looked to work it to the leg side. There was a thick outside edge, and it's a 2. So he's on 14, yeah? 14, you're on 14. Here comes the final ball, and it's a glorious shot down the ground, and it's another 4, and yet he's still moaning and still complaining. We're giving him 18 runs from 6 balls. Darren, come out of the nets. Darren, you're top of the leaderboard. By the way, we owe you an apology. I said spinner. It should have been a spinner. You got the seam bowler there.
I mean, I don't even know what seam is, but listen, I'll take it. I'm taking more runs than he's giving me, though. 100%.
18 is top of the leaderboard. Go and join the boys. I'm sure that, do you know what, Paul and Andy? I think Darren Bent's done well there. A couple of lovely, glorious shots back down the ground. He's on 18. He's top of the leaderboard. Go and join the boys.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you, Sam. Yeah, I'm looking at it. I think the seamer looked a bit easier than the spinner, actually.
Is that last shot
consistent. Delightful. Good hand-eye, isn't he?
Well, that's the way it is.
That's it. Yeah. Comes naturally to him. Anyway, he's going to pop round in a minute. We are going to talk a bit of football. I think everybody got sucked into that game last night, whether you were a Scotland fan or not. It just was amazing. I mean, normally, it was 7-1 Wales won. That would be a great story.
Yeah, but it wasn't the jeopardy.
No, the jeopardy
wasn't
the
Scotland,
same.
You know, for them to qualify like that.
No, absolutely. So it was a fantastic game, and I'm sure the boys on Drive will be touching on Scotland versus Denmark. And Benty has joined us. Hi, Darren.
How do you, gentlemen? We okay?
Yeah, well played. We saw that there.
Yeah, robbed them a few runs, though, 2 flashes, and they give me a couple.
Yeah, you're just moaning at the ref. It's not like you, is it?
No, I thought I'd done well. I was nervous. And also, Sam told me it was going to be spin, and it was none of them
No,
spin.
it wasn't. No, that's right. They changed it up for you. Did you know Sam got naught?
Did he?
Sam got naught.
Do you know, it doesn't surprise me. If you look at him, you probably would have guessed that, wouldn't you? They would have got nothing. They would have got nothing.
So we haven't had a chance to talk football. I know you and Andy will definitely be talking about last night's game. It was just incredible, wasn't it? Well, I mean, whether you had skin in the game or not, whether you wanted Scotland to qualify, whether you didn't, you just got absolutely sucked into the match. It was brilliant.
Well, do you know, the first half of the journey, I was on the train because my train on the way home.
Yeah.
And I screamed the carriage. When McTominay scored that overhead kick.
What a goal.
I could not help but I've got my other half's her side of the family is Scottish, but for me on the train on my own, I jumped up and screamed. I mean, for him to score that goal, that just sums up kind of where he is in terms of his career. But fair play to Scotland, because to get pegged back and then go in front and then peg back again, you go, it's all over. But fair play, and the celebrations at the end, I mean, that's why everyone loves football, right?
Yeah.
Whether you want them to qualify or not, you can't help but feel happy for them.
And the nature of the goals, I mean, you're an Arsenal man, so you would have been chuffed for Tierney, who had a lot of it. I think he was a really good player, but had lots of injuries at Arsenal, and that kind of derailed him.
I think there should be more inverted right backs with left footed. You see it a lot the other side, but you very rarely see a left footed playing at right back.
Well, it's because of Robinson. That's always been the problem. That's always been the problem.
How did you get them both? I think he tried before Tierney. But I mean, it's a great hit from Tierney. I mean, when he came into it, but then at the end, I mean, the commentator made that last goal because I heard him shout, "Shoot!"
Yeah, shoot! That's right.
Shoot! And I mean, for Scotland waking up today, I mean, what a job by Steve Clarke, and good to see him.
I mean, the problem is that if Schmeichel catches it, lumps it down the other end of the pitch, and they score, it's the old David Ginola moment. Because you're thinking, shall I shoot? Shan't I? mean, they thought, well, why? Probably the ball would have gone out of play, the goal kick would have happened, and that would have been the end of it. So there was not as much jeopardy, but what a way to finish, what a way to qualify for a World Cup. 3 of the 4 goals were absolutely sensational.
Honestly, incredible scenes. And as you said, I think the biggest thing is that they got pegged back, and I think the way Denmark played, they were the better side.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, oh, I know what's going to happen here. But then the fact that they kept going, and I knew Hampden would play its part. It's loud in there, it's hostile. But fair play to Scotland. And even the Wales game, I know they've got a playoff, but 7-1. Everyone was saying how defensively solid North Macedonia were. Well, that went out the window last night.
That is amazing. Yeah, I'm taking a bit of solace in Brennan Johnson's fine goal. So, what a cracking shot into the top corner. He'll do that Sunday, I'm hoping.
I hope not.
Do that Sunday. So Gabriel looks like he's going to be out for a little while. Last year, Tottenham at home, well, this is at the Emirates, but was 1-0, and it was a Gabriel header that was the difference. And that was a team without Rice and Saka. And so there's a lot of talk about the players that were missing in the build-up to that game. Sadly, from my point of view, Arsenal still got it done. But it's very telling that it was just one moment, a Gabriel moment from a set piece, and that's going to be missing.
He scored 5 goals this year.
Yeah, I mean, he's been brilliant. And there was a time, right, where if Saliba was missing and Gabriel was the only one available, I would have been a bit like, oh no. But I think in the last couple of seasons, I generally think it's flipped. I think now all of a sudden, if Saliba was to go down, I think a lot of Arsenal fans would go, yeah, we miss him, But Gabriel's now, for me, the most important leader in that back line. Set plays, defensively rock solid. And Mosquera's come in and done really well when he's been called upon. So, yes, I'd love to see Gabriel there. And hopefully it's not that bad of an injury. But
that's the thing. You've built this depth in the squad now with players like Mosquera. You're not seeing the kind of drop-off you did maybe last season before. So they should be able to cope. But there are certain players, as Andy says, that they're very important, very key to what you do.
Set plays, Gabriel, often enough, if you watch him from set plays, he's being marked by two people.
Yeah.
One's trying to block him and one's trying to mark him. So, but listen, Arsenal are going to have to come up with different ways of scoring goals and making it effective. But there's still players. He's gone out, but there are players coming back for the game on Sunday. So hopefully it should be a good result.
What have you made of what's going on in the England camp and the competition? I think we're seeing... I mean, I don't know if you've ever been in a situation where... you find yourself on the bench a little bit at a club.
Several times.
Yeah. So, but when you do get your chance, there's that real edge to impress, and it's very noticeable in the two England games we've just recently seen. How the game kind of came to life when he made substitutions, because those guys are playing for the World Cup places.
Do you know what there are? And certainly, but more so when I was playing in my era, you could pick the starting 11, regardless whether they were 40% fit, 50% fit. So I always knew it was enough to take a miracle for me to actually get that opportunity to start and maybe oust one of the other strikers.
Yeah.
But certainly nowadays, I think Thomas Tuchel's made it known that, well, I don't really care about your name and your reputation. If you're playing well for your club side and you've played well for me, you're going to get opportunities. And I quite like that, because if you're someone like Morgan Rogers, you're going into internationals thinking, well, I'm not only playing if Bellingham's not fit. Now the manager trusts me. There's a chance that I might play and Bellingham might not. So I quite like the fact that Thomas Tuchel's almost not guaranteed places, but he said, if you play well, I don't care who you're playing for, you've got an opportunity, and that's huge confidence for these players.
It's very interesting that Martin Samuel in the Times made a good point, I thought, that Tuchel hasn't helped Bellingham. He's made a lot of noise around Bellingham with his comments, and instead of, even he said the other night, he didn't just dismiss the fact that he was upset about. He said, "Oh, I'll have to have a chat about that later." You think, no, don't do that.
I feel a bit for him because
he's kind of your best player.
Most of this has stemmed from a man speaking in his second language to Adrian Durham and to Stuart Pearce on talkSPORT, and using a word that in repulsive that has kind of set this whole thing going, and I don't think that's what he meant. So I have some sympathy, but then you're right, he has doubled down on a few things.
I always think as well, we've got to be so careful in terms of the narrative as well, because we all want England to do well. Why are we trying to create that divide already before the tournament started?
Absolutely.
I mean, Andy made a really good point. For me as well, Jude Bellingham is, beside Harry Kane, our best and most important player who's come up with big moments. Why would you want to derail that before the tournament's even started? Surely you want to get into the tournament, which is going to be hard anyway, with everyone on side and a real feel-good factor.
Well, we'll let you get back to work because you've got to do the show with Andy at 4. He'll be delighted to hear that you're top of the leaderboard. He'll be coming down here himself to have a go, won't he? He really won't like that.
I think he did last year.
I think he got 2, last year.
He'll be crashing it, that's right. Thank you. Cheers,
gentlemen.
We'll hear from you later.
Cheers, guys.
Darren Bent back at 4 o'clock with Andy Goldstein for Drive, all the big football stories and more. Don't miss the latest episode of the talkSPORT Daily podcast as our Scotland reporter Paul Mitchell joins Ollie Klink. They discuss that dramatic last gasp winner over Denmark, which sees the Tartan Army qualify for their first World Cup since 1998. If you want to hear more, then the talkSPORT Daily is available on all podcast platforms now. We're here with our good friends at Toolstation. You can check out Toolstation's unmissable deals, great offers on hundreds of trade brands. Next stop, Toolstation. afternoon. Welcome back to Sixes here in London. A bit of social cricket being played by the talkSPORT team today to see who's going to be the top dog. So far, it's Darren Bent on 18. The big shot and news was our own Sam Ellard, one of our cricket correspondents, scored 0 in the nets. And this is reputationally damaging to him. So he's had a word with Jon Norman, our chief cricket correspondent, pleaded with him to let him have another go. So we're going to let him have another go. And who better to commentate on Sam's second over than Ashes winner Steve Harmison.
We're all so desperate for him to get 0 again.
Of course not. We're all rooting for him. Harmy, take it away.
Yeah. Not as much as I'm rooting for him to get 0 again. Yeah, we're back in the cage and we've got Sam Ellard. Sam, you got 0 the first. I've just given you a lesson, so you better be good. Looking forward to it?
No, because you can in this game get a minus. If you get bowled, you lose 2 runs. So I felt like I was happy with my 0 last time. This could be a -2. If you give me a 3 throw downs, I'm going to get my head forward, feet in a good position, and if I can get above 0, I'm leaving here a happy man, Harmy.
Well, he's talked a good game. Now it looks like he's going to get -12. Here we go. 6 balls from Sam Ellard. Right, first ball, spinner. Remember what I told you, Sam? Keep that big head of yours still. Open the front foot up and give it a whack. Oh, ooh. You've played that very, very well, but you've gone back. Go forward, Sam. 2 runs. That's a bit better, Sam. Bit better. Good shot. 3. Yeah, now 3. Give it 3. Commentate. Here we go. That's a faster one, Sam. It's a faster one. He's got a single for that. So what's that? 6 off 3. This is going to be the faster one, Sam. Shot. Great shot, Sam Ellard. Full body weight behind that. You got 6 for that. Here, hold on. You're going to be... Oh, that's -2, Sam. That's the quicker one. Keep your head still. Go forward, Sam. -2 for that one. You've got 12. What on earth are you doing? What was that? Come on, what was that?
Root plays it all the time. I've gone for the butler. I've gone for the butler scoop over the keeper.
You've gone for the butler scoop. If the camera can come in, it's got 3, 4, 3, 4, 6, 6. It's got nothing behind you. What are you doing?
That's a pretty popular scoring position, isn't it, in cricket?
Right, how many's that? 12 runs. Oh, no, you got the same as me. Right, Paul, Andy, back to you.
Yeah, there is an asterisk next to that, though, Harmy, definitely, because we all only got 1 go.
The reverse scoop, though, was very funny.
Yeah, that's it. It was a bold shot. He didn't get any bat on it, I don't think. But
I like the way he said, Root plays it all the time. It's the butler scoop. Yeah. So does Root play it all the time, or does Butler?
So has he still got a job, John? Because, it's up to you, really. If a bloke gets 0 and he's one of our cricket teams.
I can't believe his batting's got worse since what I saw in 2018 when he played for us against the Barmy Army in Sri Lanka.
That bad, was it?
Well, he did field...
It cost you the game, according to the story you've just told us.
He did cost us the game. He was fielding at square leg while sitting on a chair.
Nice. That's good.
Instead of fielding what was a routine single, it went for 4, and the Barmy Army won by 1 run.
Yeah.
You do the maths.
So we're not far off. We should talk about the cricket, shouldn't we, very quickly?
We should. And one of the things that's slightly different in Ashes series now is social media, John, and there's going to be a lot of noise around all this. I just wonder if the players will try and avoid it, especially avoid even commenting, because I think...
I don't think they can avoid it because they're part of it.
Really?
I don't know if you've noticed, Andy, but in Australia, the players are much more involved in the, in this country, if the host broadcaster's got the rights, they'll do a bit with... the TV guy, and they'll do a bit with the radio girl, and that's it. In Australia, they are cut up, farmed out, and pushed out everywhere. They're actually a bit more progressive over there than they are here in a lot of regards. But you can't move for Alex Carey talking about the Barmy Army, or for whichever player, Usman Khawaja selecting his own Queensland teammates to open alongside him, or Pat Cummins talking to the grey cricketer about what Kagiso Rabada's been up to recently. It's actually it's fun, it's progressive, there's much more back and forth. So essentially, they're the ones almost leading the conversation. But in terms of the blanket coverage that this Ashes has had, I've known nothing like it. I can't turn on Insta or X without some new video appearing in front of my eyes. On top of all the coverage and all the commentary, you know, we're all feasting at the moment.
Even the Daily Star have got involved with this very good Ashes quiz. Sam Ellard's come in and joined us. So I'll ask you both a couple.
I can't believe Sam's out of breath. Look at him.
Yeah. It's really taken it out of him.
I can barely speak. Well,
there's a first.
That was a lot better.
Yeah, it was a lot better.
0, so it was hard to be much worse.
Gutted.
I want to keep that still, though, please.
Yeah.
He did have coaching from an Ashes legend.
Yes, that's true.
Not a batting legend.
Yeah.
Good point.
Okay, here's a question for you. Aussie bowler Dennis Lillee took 128 Ashes wickets. He once tried to use a bat in a test match made of what? Was it A, plastic, B, metal, C, cheese?
Sam?
It's very Daily Star, isn't it?
That does feel like a sort of podcast, and Dennis Lilly's cheese bat does feel like, or a song by the Barmy Army.
What a podcast.
Yeah, actually, I don't want to drill deep into that too much.
You know it was metal.
They still probably, not cheese. I wasn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't going
aluminium bat, wasn't it?
Aluminium.
That's right.
Noise
You can still hear the donk.
I know, it makes a horrible noise.
Yeah. What a fantastic
Sam's thinking
question.
of cheese at the moment.
I'm just thinking, my favourite cheeses. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
There's the show for tonight.
Okay,
Do you want to give us another question?
John, your question is, what is the nickname of the Australian cricket team? Is it A, baggy greens, B, baggy reds, or C, baggy yellows?
Yeah.
Sam,
Can I take that one?
Sam, you can
We'll
step
go
in.
with A. We'll go for the baggy. That's green, isn't it?
Yes,
I
definitely.
think baggy yellows, Sam.
So, you boys going to be busy during the Ashes. Tell us what you're going to be up to. You're going to be you and Harmy are doing a podcast every morning after play.
We are. I mean, we're bringing a lot of content starting tonight. Sam's going to be hosting alongside Gough and myself for an Ashes preview on talkSPORT. That's 8 till 10.
Yeah.
Sam will be on from 7 with Flex for a roundup of all the other sports news. We're going to be doing a podcast straight as soon as Stumps is called. Me and Harmy are going to be broadcasting on talkSPORT 2 and the talkSPORT Cricket YouTube channel for a post-match review. And also, we've launched a new podcast, How to Win the Ashes.
Right.
So we've had to find someone who played in 4 of them and didn't win any of them. And Darren Gough is hosting that. And the idea is essentially he didn't manage to do it, but he's going to talk to some people who have.
Right.
We've already released 2 of these shows. Have been really, really well received. Tomorrow's show's on captaincy.
Right.
And Gough speaks to Michael Clarke. A guy that won an Ashes for Australia and also resigned after losing an Ashes. Hear from Steve Harmison and also Matt Pryor, one of that very rare breed of Englishmen who has actually experienced what it's like to win an Ashes in Australia.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I basically just sit there and wait for John to WhatsApp me with stuff to do. hopefully he's going to keep me busy for the next 6 weeks.
With the start times of this Ashes series, I'm kind of thinking Boxing Day might be.
You'll be keeping different hours, of course. So it's a 2:30 start for the first couple. Isn't
It's all over the place. 2:30 a.m. for the first test, 4:30 a.m. for the second test, and then midnight starts for the other 3, or 11:30 one of them at night. So good luck to me.
Brilliant. Thank you, John. Thank you, Sam. We'll hear from you throughout the Ashes, of course. Go and check it out on the Cricket YouTube channel and all the regular podcasts. Gough, I'm sure, will tell us more about his How to Win the Ashes podcast. He's also going to have a bat in the old 6-ball challenge here at Sixes and talk a bit of cricket. Harmy will rejoin us. That's all coming up in the final hour of the show this afternoon.
History at Hampden. Scotland are heading stateside, and Steve Clarke can hardly find the words.
This is the best feeling. I've waited a long time. I've spoken to you before about how much I want to go to a World Cup with my country. I had the chance as a player. It passed me by for various reasons. I'm going to enjoy myself tonight and tomorrow night and the night after that.
And former Scotland midfielder John Collins believes no one deserves this more than Clarke.
It's been 4 years, 8, 12, 16, 24, 27. Here we are. At last, we can put it to bed. The Tartan Army are going to be there where they should be. They brighten up every tournament they go to.
Meanwhile, Danny Murphy says Scotland captain Andy Robertson could be Liverpool's best ever left-back.
Robertson's been amazing, really. He's back in the team now for Liverpool for a reason, because they know how reliable he is and what a leader he is. In terms of longevity, consistency, the things he's won, okay, he's not won as many as people back when Liverpool win every year, but he's still been part of a really successful era and made that position his own for years.
As Wales made the playoffs, Harry Wilson says the Cardiff Stadium will intimidate whoever they get. Elsewhere, Steve McLaren has stepped down as Jamaica head coach as they fail to reach the World Cup. Meanwhile, if being the leader of the free world isn't enough to impress your son, what can you do? Introduce him to Cristiano Ronaldo.
Darren got to meet him, and I think he respects his father a little bit more now, just the fact that I introduced you. So I just want to thank you both for being here. Thank you very much.
Ronaldo was at the White House for a dinner alongside Gianni Infantino and Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. And ahead of the first Ashes test, the Perth groundsman says this month's Metallica gig at the Optus Stadium has not stopped him producing a decent pitch.
Every year we say, the cracking's going to be there, it's going to be there. That's not going to change. The cracks will be present later in the game. What I really knuckled down this preparation is ensuring that pace and bounce is spot on for day one to ensure that even battle.
England have gone with pace in their 12-man squad. Mark Wood and Jofra Archer are set to start a test together for the first time in 5 years. There's more on talkSPORT's Cricket YouTube channel.
Delivery by Gough. That one is nipped back. Boone's the man they wanted, and boy, does he know he's got a big wicket.
And Gough on a hat-trick. Can he join such elite company? Got it! Got it! Well deserved. A magnificent delivery from Darren Gough.
Yes, good afternoon. Welcome back to Sixes is Paul Hawksbee and Andy Jacobs here on talkSPORT. An Ashes hat-trick. Not many people have got those. But Darren Gough has, and he's joined us. Are you, Goughy?
Hey, the amazing thing is, I was part of one in '94. Ward is at the MCG, his home ground. Can you imagine the noise?
Yeah.
And then I got one in '99.
Was it Sydney?
Sydney?
Yeah.
Look, it came up when I was on the hat-trick ball. It actually came up because at the time you think, it's a hat-trick, right? But the importance of it, because there'd only been one in 1888 by an Englishman in Australia. And then I'm thinking, I'm not the brightest tool, but I'm thinking, hang on a minute, it's 1999 now, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's coming back here, so I could be the only one in the century to do it.
Yeah.
And no one's done it since. Obviously, Siddle got one against England, didn't he? I think a few other England players have got them, but not in Australia. So yeah, meant a lot.
When you're going in on a hat-trick ball, I wonder this. I mean, are you just trying to put? I mean, you tensing up? What's that like? You think, you must be very aware that this is big.
Well, it is when it comes on the screen and the adrenaline's going, and it's going to be a quicker delivery when your adrenaline's going, and when you do, it's like when you get a wicket in any format, in club cricket on a Saturday, second 11, first 11 Test matches. The next ball, for some reason, the adrenaline's running, is always quicker. So I knew it was going to be quicker, so it was like trying to stay in that control. So you use your breath, breathe, and relax yourself. And I actually got the hat-trick ball. I didn't mean to bowl that delivery. I'm hold my hands up.
Yeah.
He meant to go the other way. So it ended up being the best delivery I probably ever bowled, right?
And the batter's in the same situation, aren't they? Because they don't want to be the hat trick, do they?
No, nobody does.
And they're nervous as well, facing the first ball.
Yeah.
Absolutely, mate.
Yeah.
Especially in a full house and the Barmy Army cheering in the background, which was honestly the noise. If he'd have nicked it, nobody would have heard it anyway. And DRS was still kind of junior then, if we had it. You remember, Michael Slater would run out by about 300 yards and got given not out because he obscured view. They only had one angle. And we ended up losing that test. We should have drawn that series, actually, you know. It should have been 2-2. We'd have still lost the Ashes. They didn't retain it, but
last night, Goughy, I was doing a bit of research with my wisdom because I wanted to find something about Harmy. And then I came across this, which I can't believe this was in Wisden.
Look at that full-page picture.
Strictly.
Can you believe
It's
it?
amazing.
Disgraceful behaviour.
From pace to 12, Darren Gough opted out of a possible winter tour and into the BBC Celebrity Ballroom competition Strictly Come Dancing. Unlike his colleagues in Pakistan, Gough and his partner won the series.
Well, there you go. Do you know, I was 36 years old and I thought, you know, I've had a good knock. Not too fussed about going to Pakistan after I've been playing a lot. I've been away my whole career. A lot was happening in my personal life and I decided to take some time off home. So I went on a stag do instead. And look, they were very supportive, actually. If you remember, the Barmy Army had all these placards up, vote Gough and my number. It was brilliant because I wasn't even there and I probably got more airtime than anybody else.
What's your dancing like now, Gough? Have you kept it up?
Well, I actually went and supported I know you boys like horse racing, right?
Yeah.
So strictly for racing, I went and did that. Dan Skelton were dancing because he's an ambassador like me for a bookie. And I went along to it and I actually showed them a few moves and that. They come back to you now and again. You can't remember a whole routine, but little steps here and there, you can show them off a little bit.
What was the hardest dance, Gough? What was the toughest one you had to do?
The first one, because I didn't have a clue what I was doing.
Right.
But the hardest one, really, I would say, is a samba.
Right.
Not one to do if you've not got the hips to it. Somebody like Ramps, right? A batter who has to just rock up and just do that for a living.
Yeah.
Those bowlers that have toiled away in the sun and got dodgy
taking
knees
its toll
and
on your body. Yeah.
To do a samba, not a chance. My hips ain't moving.
Back to bowling, and something I was thinking about last night, the concept of the bowler's rabbit. You know, the idea of a guy you always get out.
Yeah.
Does that still exist? And presumably you had one.
Well, I was a rabbit to many.
Yeah.
I think Warney got me out 10 times. I think Australians, most of them have, when you look at the stats, the people I got out the most were Aussies.
Right.
So in Australia alone, I got 42 wickets in Australia in, I think it's 9 tests.
Yeah.
No, it's not even that, 8.
It's pretty
good.
So
27. I think it's the best one, actually, of the last 35 years. So, and so I got Ponting, I think, 9 times.
Oh, wow.
Slater 9 times. Mark Waugh, I think 7. So all Aussies, really. I probably did Warney as well, about 5 or 6. So he might have got me 10, but I think I did him 5 or 6.
Is it in your mind, and is it in the batsman's mind?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, look at Warner and Broad.
Yeah.
Warner and Broad in England. He used to get him out for fun with a little bit of extra movement. And Warner, it got in his head. Because Warner was a terrific player and he could hit you off your length. But in England, he went into his shell time and time again against Broad, you know. But over in Australia, he always did well. So it's amazing, really, how that does get into you. And to be honest, when somebody like Shahib Akhtar's bowling at you and he can bowl at 100 miles an hour, I think anybody's thinking he can get him out at any time because that is just on a different level, that, you know.
Yeah.
And he was. When people talk about Brett Lee and all these other guys, Shahib Akhtar was the only one really who was where you didn't even see it. He was quick, mate. Oh, he was frighteningly quick.
Harmy's going to join us for a bit of a chat later. You're going to have a go at the old 6-ball challenge.
Oh, no, I'm rubbish at that.
And
I'll have to put these on.
Yeah, on go the bins. Fantastic. We just very quickly on the Ashes. We were just chatting off air, and it's always big, but you feel this is a huge Ashes. It's huge for the England management team, you feel, as well.
I do feel that, and no one to criticise because I like watching baseball. I really, really do. I think sometimes it lacks a bit of comedy
common sense. I'd like to see moments of games where we've got it by the throat to just get over the line and win. Classic example, you guys will remember last year, playing at the Oval, India were on their feet. Brooke was smashing it to all parts. We'd won the game. And we lost, 7 wickets for 60 runs. And we actually lost that game, right? And that's my point. Brooke played a stupid shot, right? All he had to do was just bat another 10 overs, game's finished, right? We'll see it on. And if we do that against Australia, we'll get found out and get rinsed. But I do believe the old Bazball era is all down to this series. We should have beat India. They missed 4 of their best players, and we didn't win that series. And we could have easily been 3-0 down. Looking at that series, we came back well. But I think if they get rinsed 4-0 here, I think we're starting again, aren't we? I think it'll all be a new team again. I think Baz might go and probably go in an IPL. Stokesy, will he carry on if he's not captain? Will he just go the IPL route? I don't know. I think he wants to break records, Stokes. I think he does got those records in his mind. And Keezy will probably go back to Sky. And then common sense will prevail and we'll get Alex Stewart back.
We heard it here first, folks. So Goughy, you've been quite big on predictions over the years, certainly on his years on Drive. And that's something that might be coming up as we continue chatting to Darren Gough here at Sixes. I'm just chatting with the guys at Sixes. They got places all around the country. There's a little cricket social. Come along, have something to eat, have a drink, get in the nets, and you can face bowlers of varying quality and speed. So it's a lot of fun. There's bound to be one near you. So do go and check out your local Sixes. Goughy's going to have a go later on, see if he can top the leaderboard. Harmy's going to rejoin us. We'll keep building up the ashes here at Sixes, and we're here, as always, with our friends at Toolstation. Check out Toolstation's unmissable deals, great offers on hundreds of trade brands. Next stop, Toolstation. Good afternoon. It's Paul Hawksbee and Andy Jacobs live from 6. Building up to the Ashes. Darren Gough is with us. And when Gough wasn't bowling for England and winning strictly, of course, for many years he was the co-host on Drive. That's where he played a little bit of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it allowed Goughy now and again to come out with certain theories and beliefs on the world of sport and beyond. His co-host, of course, was our very own Adrian Durham, now the king of all our live games. And we asked Adrian first to reminisce about his time with Goughy.
Hi, Darren. Hi, everybody. It's Adrian Durham. And I just want to first of all say, my 12 years doing Drive with Darren Gough were very, very, very special. Honestly, I don't think there was a day when we didn't laugh. Some days he made me cry, but most days he absolutely had us all in bits. They were brilliant, memorable, very, very special times. Goughy, absolute star on Drive.
12 years, Goughy. I can't believe it was 12 years.
That's amazing. I was waiting for my testimonial. you boys would have had, what, 3 now, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah, we probably have. We'd had a good few golf days we would have had by now.
Yeah, I know, it was brilliant. 12 years. I couldn't believe it myself. And to go on it, and I remember when I first did my first show, actually, I did Monday, Tuesday nights, if you remember, with Danny Kelly, and then I did Friday on Drive. And it was supposed to be like a warming-up period. And then I only did that for about 2 weeks, and then
they slung you in.
Slung me straight in with Durham every day.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe I lasted 12 years. It was great fun.
Now, you would come out with certain outlandish theories in many people's eyes, not ours, of course, but, you know, when you're doing 12 years of radio, you've got to say something. That's true. I think it's a bit much of Adrian to have a go at people for coming up with outlandish theories. But anyway, this is one that Adrian wanted to remind you of.
Darren Gough had this firm belief that Cristiano Ronaldo was better than Messi. Please, come on. Nobody normal agrees with that. Nobody of sound mind agrees with that. Nobody who knows football agrees with that. Goughy, I mean, he didn't just think Ronaldo was better than Messi. Goughy loved Cristiano Ronaldo. He was obsessed with Ronaldo. It was crazy, but he was totally wrong.
Is that fair?
I think it would have been fair, yeah. I think gradually, now I've been out of it for a while, 4 years, I kind of look at it differently.
Right.
And I look at different aspects of their game. But purely for, obviously, with the ball at his feet, and when Messi gets the ball at his feet, it's like it's wizardry, right? And it is awesome. But Ronaldo, for pure determination and a will to win, it's got to still be up there and mentioned alongside him. I really do. He's nearly got 1,000 goals.
Yeah.
1,000 goals. He's still going. He's still playing. And still playing for his country. So you've got to respect that. As an athlete, you've got to respect somebody who's still doing it at the top level. Similar to Jimmy Anderson, right?
Yeah.
Still playing at that age. It's ridiculous. I know how hard that is, bowling. Yeah, he might have been a little bit slower than me, but he's still throwing it out there. It's amazing. And same with Ronaldo.
Now, the other one isn't sporting. Have a listen to this.
Goughy's mad idea number 1. Goughy always used to say, pandas don't really exist. He always maintained pandas weren't real. All pandas were humans in panda suits. I think this was the craziest idea Darren Gough ever had, but the beauty of it, the genius of it was that I ended up believing it to be true, that pandas don't exist. I still look at pandas in a different way now.
And of course, they do that. They put them in suits to go in and feed the young ones and stuff.
That was the idea. In captivity.
Yes.
I said. Not
remember when
obviously.
Chi-Chi rang up the show.
No, that's right. Hello, great show, lads. Phone from China. Yeah, that would be good. Good luck to China in the World Cup.
It's not going well with Han.
No. We're not together anymore. It's complicated.
We're lacking a bit of bamboo out here.
Yes. But I'm not going to say eat shoots and leaves. Definitely not. No.
I think in captivity, I was saying is, but and actually, a zoo just got done, didn't they? Because they actually were dogs dressed as pandas. You saw that? You must have seen that. You actually
so maybe you were right, Goughy.
And to this day, a few of the lads who worked at talkSPORT, Andrew McKenna, still sends me news articles when someone gets caught being dressed as a panda.
Brilliant.
He sends me dogs, everything, humans. So, a bit of tongue-in-cheek. But there's a lot of truth to it as well.
It's good. Now, we were hearing earlier on from Jon Norman that you're doing a new podcast, How to Win the Ashes. I could see there's a slight flaw in that, which you probably would pick up on. You came close, but you didn't actually win one.
No, played in... I was picked for 5.
Yeah.
I didn't even make the field on the 5th one. I came home.
You had a lot of injuries as well in the Ashes series, didn't you?
So I played in 2 at home, 2 away, lost every one.
Yeah.
But, look, beat Australia about 3 times in that. in 3 tests. No, a bit more. We won the first one in 97. Remember that, Edgbaston? What a game.
Yeah.
And we had a good side then. That 97, between 97 and 99, I thought England were very capable of beating Australia. And they were good.
Oh, yeah, not
They
much.
were an amazing team, but I thought we had some good players. The only problem we had, England as a team, in my era from 94 when I started with England, selection was shocking. I mean, they didn't believe this. Andy Carrick got 100 wickets for Somerset, and they didn't pick him for an Ashes tour.
Right.
I mean, why? Exactly. Exactly, because they listened to the media and they picked players who had a golden month or something and put them in. In 94, I think Joey Benjamin came out, Martin McCaig, no Caddick, and he got 100 wickets that year for Somerset. I mean, I always say the dream 4-ball for me to have bowled with, knowing that Army talks about 2005 and that was perfect set together. I never had that. Me, Caddick, Dean Headley, Dominic Cork, dream 4-ball. Devon Malcolm, the one on standby, just in case we played at the Oval or we played at the Wacker, you get Devon in for probably Dean Headley, right? But that 4 never played together. In my whole England career, the 4 bowlers I look at and think, oh, if those would have played together, just the styles, everything. Me and Caddick opening bowling, I was skiddy and skidded onto the back quite quick ball. Good Yorkers. Caddick had the height and movement. Any bounce in the pitch had exploited on movement in that first innings. Corky and me in the second innings, and Headley come into the party more. Headley could swing it both ways. We had everything, and we never played together. It's sad, really.
We've got 5 now.
Yeah.
Is there enough difference between them in the way that you've just described?
Well, Archer definitely and Wood. They're both quick. Wood's quicker. I mean, when people say Archer bowls 95 miles an hour, he can get the odd one up there, like I did, and he's not as quick as a Flintoff and Harmison. Put it that way. But Wood is. Wood is on a different level, but it's getting 20 overs out of Wood. That's a bit of a concern. He hasn't bowled since March, and he bowled quick in nets for 5 overs. But when he has to bowl second innings, because it's going to be, this Test match should be finished in 4 days. It should be, right?
Yeah.
But can he bowl back-to-back innings? And are they going to play an extra seamer just to cover for Wood? So Wood can bowl, say, 4 or 3 over spells, and that's it. So it's going to be interesting who they go with in the final 11. Tong obviously is not in it now. They've gone for Carson Atkinson. I've said, I think a few weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I went with Cars. I went early, and I thought Cars bowled brilliant in New Zealand. I thought he bowled well in a warm-up game in the second innings when he came in. Other people are going for Atkinson. Look, either way, Atkinson or Cars, it doesn't really matter. I just like Cars because I think he could be that player who could, they've not seen that much of him. He could just be that dark horse who just does them with that extra pace. He bowls a good length and he skids it on. And I just think Atkinson might just bowl a little bit more defensive length. And you've got to, in Australia, attack the stumps with a new ball. The biggest mistake bowlers make going over there is they see it fly through and the ball shorter. You know, pitch it up, hit the stumps.
Goughy's podcast, How to Win the Ashes. You'll hear from Michael Clarke, former Australia skipper, Freddie Flintoff, Matt Pryor. Lots and lots of really interesting people chatting about that. The 3rd episode of How to Win the Ashes on the talkSPORT Cricket YouTube channel tomorrow morning. For all your Ashes content, subscribe to the talkSPORT Cricket YouTube channel and the Following On podcast. Goughy's going to have a go in the nets here at 6s a little bit later on. Harmy's going to pop back, and we're going to start chatting about the toss, the importance of the toss at Perth, and other matters besides heading into the first Ashes. That's all to come.
Good morning, Scotland.
Subliminal! We know how to do the hard way. Superb!
Absolutely incredible. I can't speak. We never do this. Oh, we've done it!
I was 2 years old the last time Scotland were at a World Cup. I turned 30 last month, but this is absolutely unbelievable, man.
Scotland topped the group with that remarkable 4-2 win over Denmark, and captain Andy Robertson says his mate Diogo Jota was on his mind.
As soon as I woke up, I just couldn't get him out of my head. I couldn't get him out of my head all day. I think I hid it well from the lads probably, but being in the room, all I could think about was him, and I know he'll have a smile on his face wherever he is, and hopefully he'll have a smile in the summer when hopefully I get to represent my country at the World Cup.
Before the game, Steve Clarke reminded his players about missing out on the last World Cup in a playoff.
Ben Stokes facing Cummins, cuts away, and he takes the 4 that wins the game for England.
Oh, well, he got in well bowled, a magnificent delivery by Gough. That one is nipped back. Boone's the man they wanted, and boy, does he know he's got a big wicket.
Well, I tell you what, it's not going to be friendly from here on in. Johnny Bairstow has been stumped by Alex Carey.
Can you believe it? It's Stuart Broad who has nipped out the final Australia wicket to fall here on an incredible summer evening at the Oval.
Gough on a hat-trick. Can he join such elite company? Got it! Got it! Well deserved. A magnificent delivery from Darren Gough.
Harmison has done it to spare on the faces of the batsmen, and joy for every England player on the field.
Well, you just got to love Test cricket, mate. You've got to love it.
Yes, hopefully getting you in the mood for the Ashes. It gets underway the early hours of Friday morning, and you heard some of the work there of Steve Harmison and Darren Gough. They've both joined us here at Sixes. And Andy, you want to talk? Well, actually, you've got a little bit. We showed a picture of Goughy in that Wisdom on Strictly, and there's a little bit about Harmy in it you spotted.
I did. No, it's mostly flattering.
Mostly flattering.
Yeah.
It says here, Harmison showed himself to be a toxic first change, I don't know what that means, in the one-day preamble to the Ashes, and the symbolic branding of Langer's elbow and Ponting's cheek on the opening morning at Lord's was the first signal of England's uprising.
We all remember that.
Then his timely throat ball to Kasparovitz at Edgbaston gave the series the kiss of life when Australia were about to go 2-0 up. And this is the bit that fascinated me. He continued to bowl too short too often, but at his best remained the most unpleasant experience in world cricket. The Harmison bruise became the fashion accessory nobody wanted to be seen with.
Yeah, that was some spell. We talk about laying down markers in Ashes, and you started to work the Aussie batsman over on that first day, that first morning.
Yeah, I've always described it as that going into that series, it says there about the one-day series. which Darren was involved in.
Believe it or not.
Heavily involved in. It was actually to go into that 2005. You talk about Gough's hat trick at Sydney and stuff like that. He was on a hat trick at Rose Bowl, wasn't you?
Yeah,
the
T20. Yeah.
The T20, and that's where it all started. Everybody said England set the tone when the T20 game, when we blew Australia away.
We were there. Yeah, we went to that
he was on a hat trick, and he bowled a bouncer at Shane. Was it Shane Watson?
No, it was Simons.
Was it Simons? Right. And he got in his face. And that was a message. I was at mid-off, and I remember looking to Andrew Flintoff at the time, who I think was at mid-on, and we were looking, and I was like, yes,
they don't like it up.
Yeah, well, it was just
the problem.
This is how we're going to. This is us. So as much as he was not going to be playing Test cricket because he had retired.
Yeah,
but
you set the
he's
tone,
on a hat trick. This is a set the tone moment.
Yeah,
and we backed it up further down the line in the one days, and then we got into that first morning. And I always describe that first morning as Australia were more nervous than what we were. And I think there's a clip out there of Justin Langer. And he talked about that first hour being one of the most intense hours he ever had in Test cricket. And he said, the ball that hit Langer in the arm was a normal ball that he just flicked down to fine leg. Ponton never gets hit on the head. Hayden never gets hit on the head. And all that happened in the space of sort of 6 overs. So I always believed that, England were the best team in the world at the time. They were the best players in the world at the time. But on that first morning at Lords, just shows what Ashes cricket can do even to experienced players. I think they were more nervous than what we were. We just didn't bat very well when it come to our turn to the bat, and that's why we lost that Test match. But a lot of it came from setting the tone at GS Bowl. And when he hit Simons, we were looking and thinking, "Whoa, this is how we're going to go. This is England's DNA going into this."
Because you think this could be a factor in this series?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, on that one, look, it's about believing you can win. I think this England team do believe they can win. I don't think there's any doubt about that. The arrogance and enjoyment I got of watching Ben Stokes walk through Perth Airport with his golf clubs dragging behind, that made my day, because in my day, it was frowned upon.
Yeah.
No, the golf clubs were collected and taken out the side door. We didn't want to look as though we were there to have a holiday. But he just walked through casually. He had a little cricket bag. It wasn't even a big cricket bag, was it? Little cricket bag and his overnight bag. And he's walking through with his golf clubs, and poor Ben Duckett behind him with his golf clubs as well.
Yeah.
It's like this cricket team's going on a golfing trip, which they have been so far.
Yeah.
But on that, when he's talking about that game, Varney came up to me, he was captain, and he said, "Look, you're on a hat-trick, so we'll put the slips in." I said, no, mate. We heard what Douglas Fletcher said. It's about setting the tone. He's having it. I'm not going for the hat-trick, I'm going for him. And it hit him on the chest, didn't it? Hit him hard. And then he's right. Unfortunately, Flintoff were at slip, and Army, two biggest lads you want for backup, was down at fine leg, where he belongs grazing. He probably didn't even know what was going on, Army. But then people like Strauss, Collingwood, all the big ones came running in, and then suddenly saw it was Simons and backed off a little bit. Yeah. But it was to set a tone. We're not going to be bullied by Australia anymore, because there were too many in my era that got bullied by Australia, right? And that 2005 side weren't going to be bullied. And I think this team is exactly the same.
And that's why I think the relevant point that needs to be made more than once is that when you talk about history, and you talk about England losing 4-0 last time, England not winning a Test match since 2010-11, they've won one since 2010-11. All them series that's come before, that's with an English mentality and an English outlook and an English way of playing. These boys don't think like that. Yeah. England don't think like that anymore. Stokes and McCullum, they've completely ripped the whole English manual up. So what's happened before, numbers to them. Ben was involved in it. There's Mark Wood, Ben Stokes from the bowling department. They're the only two bowlers that's out there that's played in an Ashes series. You've got Pope, Root and Crawley, who were there the last time. Everybody else is new. But the mentality of Stokes, the mentality of McCullum, I think you can expel what's happened, for the previous tours. And I think this is in isolation. And Goughy's right. The mentality of them is right for what Ashes cricket is needed.
There's a lot of talk about the toss as well, boys, because we know Ben Stokes likes to bowl if he wins the toss.
of the 5 Test matches played there, one was a day-nighter in this new Perth Stadium. They've all been won by the team that batted first. So it's going to be interesting to see what he does, Goughy. Well, I mean, what's your expectation? Is it kind of good toss to lose for Ben Stokes, you think?
Yeah, always is. Because if you remember when Nasser did it and they got 550.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah, look, I think he'll bowl. I think he'll look at a bit. He'll want to set the tone with the ball. Or the other way, he might bat purely because there's no Cummins and no Hazelwood. It could go either way. The pitch to me looks as though it's going to be firm. It looks like it's going to be green. It looks like it's going to fly through. It's not going to last 5 days unless they get rain. And a quick game's a good game. I always got told that.
You've got a theory there about it being better to bat on day 2 and 3, so therefore it's not a bad idea to get them out.
That's the way Ben looks at it. Ben's ideas of it is if there's anything in the pitch you've got it in that first hour, 2 hours. The best time to bat on it is end of day 1, all of day 2, and potentially start of day 3. And I think Ben's theory in that is you can get. I'm not bowling first like we did. We bowled first. We had to them 5 down by lunchtime, 7 down by tea time, and we batted 8 overs at the end of a day's play. That was what it meant to bowl first 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Now it isn't. In Ben's eyes, it's we will get whatever you get, we'll get 50 or 60 more because we'll get more time on the first chance we get on the surface, which is at its best, and then we'll put scoreboard pressure into that third innings.
I think it's under 350, isn't it? Now, he might like he's right. In our day, you've got to bowl them out in day 1 if you're going to bowl first. So there was that worry if you bowl and they get 300, that's a winning score. Yeah. But it's not now. If they get 350, Australia first day, and England get them 9 down on the first day, England are. I think
whatever happens, Khawaja's facing the first ball of the Ashes.
That's interesting.
For me, Khawaja will face the first ball.
Who's bowling it? Archer.
And I mean, I wouldn't want anybody else to bowl it. The cool, calm, collective Archer. He'll still be ruffled under feathers. I know what it's like to run up and bowl the first ball of it, and it went.
Well, he didn't bowl it.
It didn't bowl it. Well, no. I did bowl it. I just didn't land it. I did bowl it. I just didn't land it in where it was supposed to go. But I know what it's like. The pressure of everything that's coming. Jofra doesn't seem to. No. It doesn't come off them vibes as though Andrew Flintoff told us a few months ago when he was upstairs in talkSPORT that he knew I wasn't right. He knew, he could see in my eyes that he wasn't right, and he said he should have took it. I don't think Ben Stokes is going to have that problem with Jofra Archer. And I think from that point of view, Khawaja takes the first ball and Archer will bowl it.
Well, Goughy, you're going to have a bat now. If you want to go and check out, if you can get to YouTube or you can get on Connect TV, if you can watch us on TV and watch Goughy have a bat. It's Darren Bent. We can't let a footballer, lads, finish
not
the
winning,
day.
Surely.
Yeah, he's on 18.
Did he win it last year as well?
Yeah, Benty's on 18. We need you to get more than 18.
Until I came in and broke the record, didn't I? I think I was the last one to go in. I've knocked Benty off the top.
Well, it's happening again, as they say. So, yeah.
It's not like you to build yourself up.
It's fantastic, isn't it? Hey, we had a chance to pick myself in the Ashes 11,
So, Goughy bats very, very shortly here at 6s. We'll be handing over to the boys on drive. We'll either get a very, very happy Darren Bent or not. We'll find out in the next 10 minutes. We're here with our good friends at Tool Station. Go and check out their unmissable deals, great offers on hundreds of trade brands. Next stop, Tool Station. Yeah, Darren, Alan Brazil back tomorrow morning at 6. I don't know if you know this, Harmy. Alan admitted this morning that he fell asleep during the closing stages of the Scotland-Denmark game. Didn't see any of the goals at the end.
Brilliant, isn't it?
Good old Al.
Good on him.
Anyway, kick off 2026 with the ultimate trip to Las Vegas. talkSPORT and our friends at Virgin Atlantic are giving you the best trip you could possibly imagine for two. Start with exclusive access to the Virgin Atlantic Clubhouse at Heathrow. Fly upper class straight to Vegas. Once you land, 4 nights in a spa villa. Cheer from the stands as the Raiders take on Kansas. And we're throwing in £5,000 to spend while you're there. So clear your calendar from January the 2nd to the 7th, 2026, because this could be the ultimate start to the new year. Good luck.
21 plus, UK excluding Northern Ireland. For a chance to win, text WIN to 83338. Text at £2 plus standard network rates. Bill payer's permission required. Or call 03434239761. Calls are charged at standard rate. All entries must be received by the 28th of November at 4 p.m. This is a network promotion. Run across talkSPORT, Virgin Radio UK and Talk. Full terms and conditions at talksport.com.
Sorry, correction, not Alan tomorrow morning. Jeff Stelling alongside Gabby Agbonor live from Birmingham City's training ground.
Okay.
So Gabby properly in enemy territory. He's going to be getting some sticks. So tune in from 6 to listen to that. But it's time for Darren Gough to try and beat Darren Bent, who's currently in the lead on 18 in the Sixes 6-ball challenge. I believe Sam Ellard's ready to go with Goughy. Sam?
Yes, the big man is in town, and we've got a big audience for Darren Gough. About 40 to 50 people here waiting to watch Goughy have a hit. Goughy 19 is the score for victory. You're a confident man, aren't you? You backing yourself?
Well, I would have done normally. In most things in life, I back myself. But to be honest, I've just seen it's Warney that's bowling leg spin. I think he got me out, 8, 9, 10 times. Yeah. And I hold the record for most ducks in Ashes series. So, no, I'm not very confident.
But that's the negative. The positive, though, is Darren Gough, you are a man who scored a half-century in an Ashes match before, which is something I know you like to mention a couple of times, right?
No, it was 1994, that. Before you were probably born.
Yes.
Well, there you go. It's a long
Well, it still happened, though, didn't it?
And I need glasses these days, but I'm not going to wear them for vanity. So, sorry, I'm not putting the glasses on.
No, that's ridiculous.
Forget about the vanity. It's about winning. You want to beat Darren Bent. You want to beat, the new drive time host, and you want to go all the way to the top, right?
Well, listen, I'll let Bentley have his glory.
You ready to go, mate?
Yeah, I'm ready to go. Let's do it.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to move myself out of the nets. 18 for a tie, 19 for victory, and to be crowned the Sixes champion once again. We're going to fire up the machine. He's competitive. He's ready to go. Taking a leg stump guard, the spinner about to come to the crease. Darren Gough, 18 to tie. He wants that 19. He wants a couple of straight sixes down the ground. Anyway, here we go. Ball number 1. Spinner comes in, and Goughy with a lofty drive down the ground. It went high in the air. Not to the boundary, 3 runs. He's been given 3 runs from the first ball. Here comes ball number 2, Goughy. A powerful stride down the ground, and he's given a 4. So 7 runs from 2 balls, a 3 and a 4. It's a glorious drive back down the ground. Ball number 3, and Goughy on the back foot, pulls it once again straight. It's another boundary. 11 runs from 3 balls, and he's 8 more for the victory. Ball number 4. Again, it's another shorter ball. Goughy quick onto the back foot, down the ground, another 4. 13 from 4. 15 from 4. Oh, he's been bowled! Oh no, it's fully straight. It's bowled, Goughy. -2. How many is he on? He's on 13 from 5. So Goughy, you need a 6 basically. 6 to win, Goughy. Here we go. Final ball. Spin is in. Oh, he's missed it. Hold the pose, Goughy. Hold the pose. He tries to play the big shot. Goughy, we've got you down as it was the one you got. That. How quick is that ball, by the way, that bowls you? Warney didn't bowl that quick, did he?
Yeah, he did in '94. His flipper before his shoulder injuries. But look, that's what did me, wasn't it? The flipper, and then the next one really slow. So. Yeah, not ideal, but I'll take that, It's, for a 55-year-old, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that final ball there, do you think maybe that was a slow one? You tried to hit it a little bit too hard, maybe? Your eyes lit up there?
Look, when you look back now, it's a lot easier. So what I probably should have done is sat back with the extra bounce. It were a bit slower, and then I could have hit it on the top of the bounce. I tried to get to the pitch of it and play the orthodox shot straight down the ground. Stumped, out, lost a wicket.
Also, something, by the way, we've had you, Harmy in the nets, the likes of Jarrod, Kimber, Jon Norman in the nets, and the guy that's won's a footballer, Darren Bent with 18. That's not right, is it?
Well, let him have his glory, you know. I won the kick-up competition on talkSPORT. I beat 7 footballers, so it's about time a footballer beat a cricketer at something.
Paul Andy back to you. It wasn't to be for Goughy today. Darren Bent is the talkSPORT Super Over Sixes champion with 18. There we go.
It's vintage Goughy, that. Yeah, well done, Benty. Going to drive wearing the crown he is with his 18. I think it's the second year running he's won that. But a solid. The only person to lay about on that fastball was Jarrod Kimber, who was not great with a spinner, but the straight quick one he was pretty good at. But anyway, the overall winner was Darren Bent. A few of us around 12-13. And let's not forget Sam Ellard was giving advice to Goughy there when he got naught first time out.
Then my 55-year-old, then my myopic 72-year-old came last.
Yeah, no, you didn't, did you? Well, no, Sam came last.
Well, he did really.
Yeah. We'll just wrap things up. Let's get your prediction while Goughy gets into place. What do you reckon?
I mean, there's nothing between these two teams, I don't think. Home advantage, yes. Here's the word Cummins. You know, that factor is a big thing. I've gone 3-2 to England.
Yeah.
If England win 3-2, they have to win Perth, and then they have to be on the right side of the toss in Brisbane. And then obviously I'll be waiting for Australia to make a mistake. That's how I would hope that England would go about it. But for me, if England were to win, I think it'll be really sort of barest the margins, as the great commentator said.
Yeah.
I think it'll be 3-2.
Goughy, what about you?
Well, I'm very similar. I'm going the opposite way. I'm going 3-2 Australia, but it could easily be 3-2 England. I think it's down to that first test. England lose it, I think anything can happen. Yeah. Well, we could be looking at another disaster.
Right.
But I think if England win that first test, 3-2. But I'm going to go Australia. If I were to put, like say, you put in anything on it, I'd definitely go that way.
Well, Goughy, lovely to see you. And you, Harmy, lovely to see you too. You boys are back. Special cricket show tonight, 8 o'clock, all the build-up to the Ashes.
We're going to be doing some stuff. You'll learn a lot from me and Harmy over the next few weeks. So we're doing lots of things together. So and giving our opinion on the Ashes. Us has-beens.
We look forward to it. Really enjoyed chatting to you both today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Paul.
Thanks to all of our guests this afternoon. Thanks to everybody at Sixes for looking after us. Thanks to the team here and back in the studio round the corner. Coming up next, it is the triumphant Darren Bent alongside Andy Goldstein to bring you Drive. Have a good evening.